And so it starts with understanding what I'll be showing you today. It's powerful. It's powerful. Trust me, what I'll be sharing with you is not something I read from a book. Um, while my profile was being read, I'm the founder of one of the fastest leadership organizations in Africa. And I can tell you, um, aside the business I do, I can tell you that you cannot build, you cannot build. See, starting is different from building. Starting is different from building. Anybody can start. Anybody can start. Anybody can start. But you see, if it's for scaling and building, without systems, you go nowhere. That's why they say there's a statistic that says over 95% of businesses that start within the first 2 years fail. Why? Because they don't understand what you'll be learning today. If you understand what you'll be learning today, you're going to have what I call monopolistic advantage. Monopolistic advantage. Why do businesses like Dangote seem to be a monopoly in a country like Nigeria? Why do businesses like Microsoft function as a monopoly in their market? In the early 2000s, the United States had to intentionally limit the growth of Microsoft because they had become a monopoly in software, in software development. You know, so the United States had to tell them, no, you guys can't have this much power. Break it. They had to break their companies into different fragments and all. So if you understand what you'll be learning today, it's a promise I'm making to you. Next year, you not just grow a better business, but you will literally see it in your income. You will see it in your income. You will see it. You will see it in your income. You'll be able to track it, you know. And then the third aspect of a business that a lot of people don't pay attention to is your staff and employees. Your staff and your employees. Yesterday, I I was speaking with one of my friends that is she's one of the biggest real estate consultants in Africa. She's somebody that does business all over the world. She travels all over the world, Dubai, US, UK, and different African countries. Prime ministers right now even are doing business with her, politicians. So I was speaking with her, and then while we're talking, I called her to make inquiries and then, get some kind of answers concerning real estate because currently thinking of seeing what I can do, how I can diversify to also partake from the revenue in the real estate market. So I was just speaking to her, and then after we were done talking about real estate, she started, sharing how her staffs are stressing her, how as it stands now, she doesn't even have up to two persons that has the same drive that she has in her company. She still has to, validate a lot of processes in her business for it to move. And so it has stalled her growth. There's a lot this lady has in terms of capacity, but it has stalled her growth because she has not been able to crack that code. And so I told her, okay, no, while I'm going to come and train your staff. And that's why human capital development is very important. So if you are developing and your staffs are not developing, the business will not develop. It will not develop. The growth will be haphazard. And when you're not around, when you're not available, when you're not reachable, nothing will happen in the business. And so one of the things I do as a business systems and structure specialist is to help business owners put structures that can function without them. For example, my organization right now, my leadership organization, if you think, from my experience in doing business and also building one of the fastest leadership organizations, is that, you see, starting and growing a business is way more easier than building an organization that has to do with people, a community organization. Because what it takes, human beings have their own will. The product you're selling does not have a will. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Your product does not have a will of its own. It is you that decide what you want the product to do, how many of the products you want to sell, and all of that. But you see, growing a community organization with people that have a will to say, today I not do again, tomorrow this, you know, it takes a lot of understanding to be able to build a community organization. So if I've been able to crack that code for a community organization and I've cracked the code for a business, then it means that there's something I'm doing right that I can also share. And that is why Garden City Career Fair has given me the opportunity for you to come and learn and also practice these things. Um, so Christian, name, business, passion, vision, and then finally your life assignment. Your life assignment, how are you giving back to society? So quickly, let's start from you, Christian.
All right, good morning, everyone, and thank you
Good
so
morning.
much for giving us the opportunity to introduce ourselves. My name is Christian Damiete, and I'm the founder of Creative and Studios. We produce 2D animated videos, and we deliver it to global clients. And presently, we work on the platform called Fiverr.com, which is a global freelance platform. So you asked what's our passion, what's our hobby? For me, my passion is animation. I love art. I love drawing. Like you mentioned earlier, like what's one of the things that we can do without getting paid? And one of the things I love doing, even without getting paid, and it still pays me, is still animation. I can animate for free. I can design characters for free and the rest. So, and one of my vision is to have a global animation studio, right? I know we're just starting up right now. We have about 20 persons working with us, but I envision having a global animation studio situated here in Nigeria, Port Harcourt, to be precise. And we're taking steps gradually towards achieving that. And you asked, what's one of the ways we give back or I give back to the society? One of the best ways I give back to the society is by training other people in the skill of animation and empowering them. I've already started doing that. There are people I'm training here that I buy a laptop for and I teach them, right? And also give them opportunities to intern with us and also at the end of the day, start earning while working with us. Yeah, thank you. That's just a little bit about me.
Wow, wow, wow. Awesome, awesome. How many persons feel like connecting with Damiete immediately? Me, I'm number one. No? I am number one. So, one of the things we'll do at the end of this session is to ensure that we connect with one another. Business is about connection. You can't do business in isolation. Write that down. Business is about connection. You cannot do business in isolation. Many times people say they don't have money to scale. Listen, in as much as money is important, right? In fact, before you talk about scaling, starting, there are people that tell you, I don't have money to start that business. I have an idea, but I don't have the money. Listen, you don't need money to start. Well, you need money to scale. But if you see that starting, I'll be showing you how to start without money. I'll be showing you how to start without money. And one of the ways is through connection. You can't do business in isolation. You cannot always pay for everything, you see. And that is why the connection, network, your network is a leverage. And it's important that you also know the value you bring to the table because you cannot leverage on a network without being part of that network. Did you hear that? There's no leverage without mutual connection. There's no leverage without mutual connection. So you must know your value, what you are bringing to the table before you can exchange the value for what you want. So it's important. We're going to connect with each other. And Damete, I would like us to connect. What do you say the name of your business is? Creative and what?
Creative Hands Studio.
Okay, Creative Hands Studio. Awesome,
Studio. Yeah,
awesome.
you can search us on Google and you find us. If you even search for
Fantastic,
Christian Diamond on Google, you get it. Yeah.
fantastic, fantastic. Great, great, great. So it means your business is optimized for doing business globally and around the world.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I love the fact that I said you train other people. See, guys, you see this thing about people building. So the reason why I always like to project Gold Investment Network Initiative is because that is my life assignment. That is how I give back. right? I've been actively doing human capital development for over a decade now, and about 6 years ago, I now started that organization to be able to help people move from point A to point B. In fact, some persons don't even know what their point A is, which has to do with identity crisis. They don't even know who they are first. So I saw that as a challenge in society where you ask a young person, what do you want to do? Who are you? Where do you see yourself in 5, 10 years? And then they just keep saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And then it bothered me. I said, no, I can't. If I have this and know this and I can't give it out for free, then then life does not really mean anything. Then I started, and the kind of fulfillment I get doing that, my God, I make money, but the fulfillment I get just by giving back is something else. It's you can get money can give you pleasure, but you see fulfillment, my God, money can't give you that fulfillment. That's why I ask this question of how I giving back, and then Christian is training other people, and it's powerful. What engineer one of these is doing with Garden City Career Fair is a way he's giving back, and he's fulfilled doing it. He's fulfilled doing it, and this is the greatest. This is the greatest um joy any man can get. You see, people building, raising people. You're not raising them because you want anything from them in return, but it's just that this is how you gain fulfillment. And so that's one of the things everybody on this call is going to get. Okay, let me not say that. Let me just hold on. Um, Daniel, over to you, sir. Name, business, passion, vision, life assignment. Daniel Osaro, are you here? Okay, while we're waiting for Daniel, Elizabeth Umo. Hope I pronounced your name well. Umo.
Good morning, sir. Yes, I tried. It's Umo. So you just
Umo.
missed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said earlier, thanks for the opportunity to be here, and for your short intro to me has been really mind opening for me. So, I'm in a point in my life that I had to, it was a hard truth for me to come. So I think I'm in a point where I can be very vulnerable and just say the truth without being ashamed of it. So, okay, I mean, I have a business, I'm a fashion designer, and I've been in business for, if I may say, for straight 3 to 4 years plus now, 3 to 4 years, and I'm being stuck at my point A for as long as I've known. I've not been able to navigate out of that point where I'm at that point where I'm feeling depressed, and I just said I just needed to find a way out of it. I just needed to find a whole lot of way out of this stage and just grow. So I don't know. I think this was divine orchestration for me. How I got here is just a miracle. So that's just me for now. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. And I love the fact that you were open, transparent, vulnerable. And that's one of the things I also want us to be free to do, free to talk, free to share. Um, once you are able to share, that is the beginning of change, sharing. There's a scripture that says, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water. A man of understanding will draw it out. So if you are here and then there's something deep down in your heart, you know that there's something in your heart, but you can't just necessarily pick it out and draw it out and see it. That is one of the things you'll be getting here also, aside the fact that your business will get some today and tomorrow, aside the fact that your business will find structure and balance, and then the plan for scalability, you're also going to be getting ideas that will come out from your subconscious mind to your conscious mind and to your paper on paper. I'm a
Yeah.
I'm a big I'm a big advocate of living from paper, living from paper. Every day, our mind as a factory processes a lot of ideas, But because we don't write those ideas down, our business is stalled, meaning we don't move forward because we don't live from paper. The people that makes the most advancement in life are people that live from paper. So when they get the idea, they don't try to act immediately. They just write it down and then are able to plan, strategize, know their next 5 moves, and then move from there. So thank you, Elizabeth. It's great to have you on this call, and I am here for you. I'm here for you. After today's session, you will not even need to wait till tomorrow. After today's session, you're going to gain so much clarity. You will be looking for that depression and you won't find it. It will naturally disappear. You will not try to, you know, um, another thing that I need to also make us understand is this. When you want to solve a problem, you don't try to push the problem. You don't try to um, solve the problem by thinking of the problem. All you just need to do is just move your attention somewhere else, work on the solution, and then before you know, you look for the problem and you see it. And that's exactly what you'll be getting today.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, Elizabeth. So Daniel said he wants to type. Let me see. I hope I can type here as I can speak. Yes, please, Daniel, you can type. Just tell us your name, your business, what you have passion for, your vision, and then your life assignment. Esther Ogbonna. Esther Ogbonna, you can go ahead, ma. Okay, while you're waiting for Esther, Grace, you can go ahead. Okay, Master Fob, you can go ahead while we're waiting for Esther and Grace. Wait, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Master Fob, please go ahead.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Benson Favor. Master Favor Benson. Where I work, they refer to us as masters. Okay, so I currently do not own a tech. I don't own a business currently, but I work in the tech. I work with a tech company. I'm an ICT instructor. I'm an analyst as well. So I work in a tech company known as CloudNotes. So CloudNote, this is what we basically do, is an edutech company, like that's education technology company that helps in managing school operations. So what we do there is to manage a school and maintain all the databases in a school that comprises of results, school fee payments, and all of those things. So that's one of my passion there is that I like teaching. I can teach for free. I'm a tutor. I'm a computer instructor. I can do all of those things for free if it's necessary. So I can do it oftentimes too. So how do I give to the society? This is what I basically do. So what I will do in the in CloudNote company, we help in problem solving. So we understand that ICT is downgrading in most educational system. So we CloudNote, we just came up with the idea of trying to enlighten students and pupils to be very conversant with the use of technologies. So what we then do, what we then did was to create an app, which is this CloudNote. We just created this app. Okay, on creating it, we then made different features there in it, which includes CBT. Okay, so we just help the kids learn how to make use of computer-based tests as against so that when examinations like JAMB comes up, it will be a lot easier for them. So that's what we do. All of these things, we do it almost for free when it's necessary. It's not like we charge for it. We just do it almost for free due to the passion we have for it. So that's what we do at the moment. Yes, sir.
Oh, fantastic. I would like us to connect after now.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Ibani Jonathan. Seems Ibani Jonathan is just coming. So if you are here and you can, okay, go ahead. Let's see if
Okay.
we can do this in 60 seconds.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Okay, Esther, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Okay. My name is Bona Esther. I'm a student from the University of Port Harcourt, 300 level. I am also an entrepreneur. I'm the founder of the Green Foods, where we sell all kinds of green vegetables. And the value I love adding to people's life is making sure, like in the aspect of feeding, the aspect of eating healthy. I try to make sure that people eat healthy food, especially from the green vegetables. Yes, because I noticed that 8% of people these days, they want things to be done in a much easy way. So that when they buy vegetables, they prefer slicing vegetables first they prefer slicing vegetables first before washing it, and that way is really bad. So these are one of the things that I'm trying to stop. So the value we're adding for my brand is to ensure that people eat healthy food. That's why we also have home delivery, where once you order for vegetables, we want to bring it to your doorstep. We have to first wash the vegetables first before slicing. So we ensure that people eat healthy food and also stay healthy. That's it.
Che, Esther, that means me, I've been getting it wrong too, because me, it's when they cut the vegetable in the market and bring to the house, I now wash it.
No,
So I've been washing away.
that's why when you wash the vegetables, so that the water is always green, and by doing so, the nutrient in the vegetable is already gone. There's nothing to do with the vegetable.
Ew. I need to connect. I need to connect with you too, so that I'll be eating healthy. Me, I want to eat healthy too.
Okay, no problem, sir.
So
Yeah.
what are your expectations from this business and structures session?
My expectation is to get more ideas in business, to be more enlightened in the area of
Awesome,
business.
awesome. Thank you.
No problem, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Kristen Damete, I forgot to ask. So, what are your expectations from this session? Kristen, are you here?
Yeah. All right. So my expectation one is to broaden my knowledge and also to connect with other people. I love to network.
Awesome. So it means you're going to be at the event live on Thursday.
For sure, I'll be there.
Fantastic. All right. Okay, Elizabeth's expectation is to gain clarity for her point A and then find strategies on how she can move from point A to point B. So yes, I noted her expectations. Benson Favor, Master Ben.
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm here.
Your expectation from this session?
All right, so I'll just want to broaden my knowledge, get a deeper insight about entrepreneurship. Yes, that's all.
Awesome. You're at the right place, sir. See, the reason why I am taking my time to hear from everybody is so that the atmosphere is going to be calm and ready for us to learn. If I had just come in here and start talking, and that's why the session is 3 hours. It's not just for me to come and talk for 3 hours, but so that we can know each other and I can know you one-on-one. And what I know about you would also inform me on a better way to train you for whatever it is you want to learn. I don't just want to come and just download information. No, I'm not a fan of knowledge. I'm an advocate of understanding. You need to understand that there's a very big difference between knowledge and understanding. Knowledge is just awareness. Oh, so business is about connection. That's awareness. But that won't do much for you. But then when you take it a step further to understanding, understanding is comprehension. So how is it different from awareness? Is that you now know that business is about connection, right? But comprehension is, so how can I connect? How do I learn to connect? In knowledge, you just know that business is connection, but it doesn't tell you how to. You see, so I'm a transformational coach or a transformational speaker, and I've been doing this for over 6 years. So I know how to help people move from point A to B in what you are about and knowing your expectations. You see, and so I are written, we only have about 10%, 20%, or at most 30% that come out with distinction. Why? It's not that the teacher is not good at what they do, but it's just that the student was poor at paying attention. And that is why there's a scripture that says, my child, pay attention to my words. Why? Because the price you need to pay for understanding is attention. So I don't want your attention to be divided. I don't want you moving from one social media platform to the other. If possible, find a place in your room, find a place in your office, get your writing material and your device, focus only on Zoom, and then you are writing, you are taking notes. Please don't get distracted, because the moment you get distracted from this session, the moment you move to WhatsApp, the moment a call comes in, see, discipline yourself. Tell yourself that I'm not going to pick any call. I'm not going to pick any call. I'm not going to send any message for the next 3 hours. Listen, the things that change your life are the things that you pay attention to. See, anything you don't change your life by multitasking. You don't change your life by multitasking. You only multitask when there's understanding. And that's why most times for those of us that are Christians here, you truly know that you have prayed when you truly focused on praying. You truly know that maybe you love reading. For me, I'm this kind of person that if I'm reading and I get distracted and I want to come back to what I've been reading, it takes me more time to focus and get into that flow of understanding. And that's exactly how it is here too. If you don't pay attention, if you are distracted, you're not going to get the most out of this conversation, out of this training. So please, I'm pleading. Once I share my screen and I start, we're going to cruise. And at that cruise level, I need you to focus, pay the price. The price is attention, because attention is the currency for understanding. Until you exchange your attention for whatever you are open to, you're not going to understand it. You're not going to. So hearing me alone will not guarantee action. Why? Because what guarantees action is understanding. In order get understanding, you say get wisdom. Why? Because once you have understanding, wisdom is a byproduct of understanding. Hey, Esther Kallio. Esther Kallio is in the building. Hello, Esther. Esther, I can't
Good
hear
morning.
you.
I haven't spoken. Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me now?
Good morning. I can hear you. It's good to see you.
Yeah. The way you call my name is as if you know me from somewhere.
Are you not wait, are you Rebecca Kallio's sister?
No. I said no, I'm not.
Oh, I have a friend. Her name is Esther Kallio.
Really? Okay.
So just so tell us your name.
No.
Tell us your name, your business, and your expectation from this conversation.
Okay. My name is Esther Feynman Kallio. Okay. I'm a digital marketer. So recently I was working with insurance, but I just noticed that I wasn't really passionate about what I was doing, and it wasn't really getting me the results um I desired. So I decided to switch, and then I asked myself, what do I really like doing? I love to be on my phone a lot. I can manage people's page for free because that's one thing I love to do, even without being paid. So I decided to branch into digital marketing. I recently took a course sometime early this year, and I was opportune to get an internship role, of which I'm currently running now. For now, I've not really gotten so much um, clarity on where to branch into, but that's I think that's one of the reasons why I'm searching out for events and the career talks like this that can actually help me streamline my thing, because I'm usually this kind of person that really productive. So I'm really trying to something and grow. So basically, I've even created a page which I'm yet to utilize. So I think that's one of the reasons why I'm on this program, to get clear understanding, because I know clarity is a journey, but I believe I have to start from somewhere in order to get to where I'm. And I also want to network with people of like mind, people that are already in the field that I'm in, experts, so I can learn from them and also get better understanding of what I'm doing. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love the articulation, straight to the point. Great. So Daniel Osaro just sent us a message. My name is Daniel Osaro. I'm a visibility expert graphics designer. I'm an entrepreneur that is passionate about creating good visuals for brand identity out there, citing a brand and tech company in the future. One of the ways I give back to society is volunteering. I volunteered for some firm like SP Port Harcourt section and Guiding the Career Summit. SP Port Harcourt section. Was it the same event where I spoke some months ago? My expectation in this training is to get a good clarity on how to navigate and start up. Fantastic. Um, Finally, I think Grace Jumbo and Aurelio hasn't spoken. So let's hear from them and then we're going to cruise. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Um, Aurelio Atoja, Grace Jumbo, if you guys can hear me and you want to talk, feel free. If not, I'm just going to share my screen and then I'm going to jump on the conversation. But before I start, does anybody have any question for me before I share my screen? Any question? I hope we all have our writing material.
Hello, can you hear me? I don't know if my voice is loud.
Yeah, Aurelio, go ahead. I can hear you, sir.
Okay, yeah. So I'm in the office currently, so maybe I won't be paying. I may not be able to follow all through the whole section. Yeah, but basically, I'm a 5'9" now, so but I'm also a business enthusiast. So I'm actually here to learn more and to also see how I can also connect to others to see how that can benefit me, like yeah, going forward, because I'm actually thinking about starting something on the side.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's why I'm here. Yeah, to learn more and also connect with others as well.
Okay, good. Great. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can. I can see your screen.
Okay, awesome. So let's dive into what we have for today. I gave us approximately maybe 1 hour or maybe say 40 minutes, 45 minutes to hear from you. So if at any point in time you can no longer hear me, please do well to unmute your mic and just say something. Maybe you could say, sir, I can't hear you, or you type on the chat box. Preferably just unmute your mic and say something. So my name is Carlos, and this morning we're going to be looking at business systems and structures, what every business owner needs to scale their brands. So whenever you hear business systems and structure, I've explained earlier that it is comprehensive. It doesn't just talk about the business. Now, there are two major parts to business systems that leads to growth, that leads to scalability. And please just pay attention, because even for those of you that don't have a business yet, you're going to, by the time I'm done, you're going to get so much clarity as to what you want to do next, right? So first of all, the first part is psychological systems. So whenever you hear the word business systems, there are two parts to it. There's the psychological systems part, and then there's the organizational cultural system part, or the organization cultural system part. And so today and tomorrow, I'm going to be doing my best to break it down for you to understand. Like I said earlier, you cannot build anything bigger than you. Businesses don't get big and put structure. It is a structure they put and make them big. You can write that down if you want to. Believe what I'm telling you. There's something called the circle of influence and the circle of concern. There's something called the circle of influence and the circle of concern. So the circle of concern, first of all, starts with, it talks about things that you don't have direct control over. For example, you don't have direct control over Tinubu. No matter how you complain and go and protest today and tomorrow, they will still do what's on their mind. You protest, oh, but if they say they will not do anything about your protest, you cannot force them. You don't have direct control. If you're married, you don't have direct control over your spouse. You don't have direct control over them. You don't have direct control over the weather. If rain wants to fall now, you don't have direct control over the weather. Please just stay with me. Just follow my thoughts, because it's going to help you understand why the things around you don't matter much when compared to the thing inside of you, to what you have within. So just pay attention. You don't have direct control over government policies. You don't have direct control over your customers. You don't have direct control over what will happen to your gadget, your car. You don't have direct control over the network. Network will go bad now. You won't hear me anymore. I don't have direct control over it. You don't have direct control over it. You don't have direct control over anything external. Write that down. You don't have direct control over anything external. But there's one thing you have direct control over. And then talks about the circle of influence. You have direct control over you. Let me explain something to you. Sorry. Let me explain something. This thing, how do I make this thing disappear? How do I make this thing disappear?
Okay, yeah, just click on more, then
Okay.
hide floating meeting controls.
All right.
Go.
God bless you, sir. Thank you.
You're
So let
welcome.
me show, let me let me let me let me let me do this in a way that you would understand what I'm saying. Let me show you graphical presentation. Please, whenever you stop seeing my screen, let me know too. Come on, network. Is this how the network has been? No, my network can't be this bad. Sorry, give me a second. Let me just switch to another network.
Please, I can't hear anything. No.
Hello, Daniel. Nicholas.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, so sorry. I think the facilitator is trying to join. He's joining.
I've added him again. I also know that you're a co-host, so you can always admit people.
Admit people. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, sir.
Okay, so sorry. Network. I thought Airtel would be better. I didn't know that MTN is better than Airtel. Airtel is just something else here. So sorry about that. Let me just share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay. All right. So apparently I think that all right, so sorry about that breaking transmission. So I was trying to explain something and I'm just going to continue without the graphical presentation. But this is the thing, this is the idea. The only thing you have direct control over is you. You have direct control over your thoughts. So there's a scripture that says, guard your heart with all diligence, your heart. So you have that opportunity to control what gets into your heart, your subconscious mind. So you have direct control over it. You see, and so for any time you're listening to something repeatedly over and over again, you are giving access to something into your heart. You see, so repetition, when you hear things like repetition, auto suggestion, that is like one way you can get something into your heart. And once it gets into your heart, it becomes a reality to you. It becomes your manifestation. Okay. So the concept of the circle of influence and the circle of concern is simple. Is that where your focus goes, where your focus goes, energy flows, results show. So you can write that down. Where your focus goes, energy flows, results show. For every time you focus your attention on things that you don't have direct control over, like the government, like policies, like people, like anything external, that circle of concern is getting larger. It's increasing. It's increasing. And the more it's increasing, the more frustrated you become. Because now you feel like you don't have direct control over these things. And truly, you don't have direct control over them. But because that is where your attention is going, that's where your focus is going, it's now increasing. So the more you feel like you don't have direct control over these things, the more you are worried that you don't have direct control over them, you are feeding it. And so it's now like the government is crashing down on you. I remember many years ago, 2015, 2016, when Goodluck Jonathan was still the president, I had a very faulty mindset. And because I had a faulty mindset, I think, yeah, it was 2014, I think 2014, 2013, 2014, I still had a faulty mindset. And I would always say, oh, this government is bad, and this was a narrative of the people around me at the time. And so I bought into their narrative subconsciously. A lot of us, a lot of us function with people's narrative. Maybe we function with our parents' narrative, what they think about life subconsciously. we own it, we buy it, and then we start living life like that. And so when people ask you, why are you like this? The first thing you say is, I don't know. And it's because you are living another person's life subconsciously. The story another person has written about life is what you are reading and is what you are also living. You see? And so that same narrative was what I bought, and I started living other people's narrative. And so my life was tight because I had a faulty mindset. Everything around me was faulty. I wasn't making money, I know. But then I started learning, I started researching about concepts like this, started reading, attending conferences like this. I started learning. And then it dawned on me that, oh, the problem is not the economy, problem is not the weather, the problem is not the people. The problem is that I did not understand this simple concept that if I focus more on myself and what I have direct control over, on what I can do, on who I am, on my passion, on my purpose, on my skill, on developing myself, my circle of influence can increase. And then those things that once used to look very big, with time will become small. That's why you can have two people doing the same business in Nigeria. One person is thriving, another person is not thriving. Look, if you bring two of them to me and I speak with them for just 10 minutes, 10 minutes is even much, 5 minutes, I will know why one is failing and why the other is succeeding. The one that is succeeding is focusing more on their development. The one that is failing is focusing more on things they don't have direct control over. I hope I just answered a major question to why you're experiencing so much challenges. This is one major reason. Because the moment you see, personally, I don't see challenges as a problem. I see it as a channel for my next level. I see challenges as a channel to my next level. Why? Because of how I think. Because of how I think. So this is the table of content and the objective of today's conversation. We're looking at business mindset, business structure, business impact, business growth strategies, business ideas, for those that probably don't have any business yet, digital wealth channels. It's important that while you're making money, you also are able to channel that money into something else. And then what next? What next? So at the end of this session, participants will understand the basics of doing business in Nigeria. And once you understand the basics of doing business in Nigeria, the basics, basics are like principles. They work anywhere. The same way A is A in Nigeria and A is A in the US. The same way, if you understand the basics of doing business in Nigeria, you'll be able to do business anywhere in the world. Number two, understand the purpose of doing business. Then you'll be armed with practical strategies that can be implemented immediately to grow your business. You'll be armed with enough ideas to start a business immediately if you don't have any idea, and then be introduced to digital wealth channels. So there are three major projects in your life. Take note, three major projects that you would be facing or giving attention to part-time. Number one is your life assignment. Three major structural projects. Let me put it that way, structural project, because there are two. There's the foundational and then there's the structural aspect of your life. The foundational aspect of your life has to do with your spiritual aspect, mental aspect, social aspect, and of course, your physical aspect has to do with your body, your health. Then the structural aspect, there's the business or career, there's the life assignment, there's finance, and then of course there is projects. So you have maybe a project of I need to buy a car, I need to buy a house, I need to go on vacation. Those are projects. So once you're able to understand these 8 things I just mentioned, it gives automatic balance. So you don't just want to focus all your attention on doing business alone, that you forget about how you want to give back. You see, it is balance that brings fulfillment. So as much as possible, you want to find that balance. So I said there are 3 major projects. First of all, number one is your life assignment, how you're giving back, how you are fulfilling purpose. Second is income generation, how are you making money? And then number 3 is an income asset, an asset that generates income for you, more like investment. So your life assignment, income generation, and investment. This will give you balance and a sense of fulfillment if you're able to have all of this, where you are giving back to society And while you're giving back to society, you have a system that is generating money for you, which is your business. And while you have a system that is generating money for you, you also have an asset that is generating money for you in your absence. So an asset is anything that can generate money for you in your absence. So there are some persons that have built their businesses to become an asset such that without them being present, their business can yield for them. You see, that's when your business becomes an asset. Until then, it's a business. You're just running a business. Anyways, who should pay attention to everything I say today? So I'm speaking to two groups of people, aspiring business owners, people that don't have a specific product or service that they exchange for money, but then they desire to start one so they can make money. So if you are here, I'm speaking to you, you fall under this category. Second category, business owners. You have a product or service that you can exchange for money, and then you desire to expand your reach to make more money. So that is where systems and structures come in. So how can I move from point A? I know my point A. So for aspiring business owners, they're not yet sure on their point A. For business owners, they know their point A. They're already making money here and there, but then they want to take it to another level. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that. And then thirdly, people that want to leverage the internet to make money legally. I'm also going to show you how you can do that. Now, who is Carlos? Who is Carlos? So you tell me who you are and what you do. So this is who I am and what I do. So I'm a social entrepreneur. First of all, I'm a social entrepreneur. As a social entrepreneur, I build projects, I build businesses, I build systems that can make people's life easier. And that's why I founded an organization that has to do with, human capital development and, people building, leadership. My business, Linkspeed Global Solution, is a customer-centric business, right? I run an academy called Linkspeed Academy, So every solution that I create is around helping people. I'm passionate about helping people live better lives, enjoy their stay here on earth. So I build solutions around that. So that's what makes me a social entrepreneur. And I'm also a business systems and structure specialist. And that's why we're having this conversation. That's why I'm your facilitator, because that's what I do. And I have track record. I have businesses that the business owners that enrolled into my trainings, and from not knowing what they wanted to focus on. In fact, one of the businesses and business owner that stands out for me was one that, as a last year, I wouldn't say she was confused. She was just juggling around too many businesses. She didn't know the one to focus on. She had a service-based business. She had 2 product-based business. And then she was like, which one should I focus on? So by the time she went through my session, she knew what to focus on. And this is somebody that in less than 3 months of just having a session with me, she had 10x her income in that particular aspect of business that she wanted to focus on. She made in 3 months what she didn't make in an entire year. So I have track record. I can show you screenshots, multiple screenshots of business owners that didn't know what they wanted, but after my session, they had clarity. And in less than a year, they are global. You see, I would rather pay to learn from somebody that can help me shorten my journey. So if something was supposed to take me 1 year, I'd rather pay somebody that can help me get that answer in 1 month. So that what was supposed to take me 1 year will just take me 1 month. So that's what you're going to be getting here. Absolutely, almost for free. And then number 3, I'm a human capital development professional. So I train staffs, I train employees to be able to work better at their workplace, to give more value to their employers. So that's what I do. And then for people that are still students, maybe, or they're just rounding up with school and they want to build careers, as a human capital development professional, I help them position their personal brands in such a way that when they get into a job, their value is higher. They are paid more than somebody that just gets in at entry level. I'm also the founder of Linkspeed Global Solutions. I run a rentals business and also run an academy where I teach people how to trade the financial market. And then, of course, this Gold Investing Network Initiative, the leadership organization one of the fastest growing leadership organizations in Africa, right? Our mission is to provide the right knowledge and environment for self-realization and purpose fulfillment for young people. I'm also the co-founder of a bakery, Lawyers Bakery. We produce right now in the city of Port Harcourt, we are the only brand that produces 4-plate cakes in Port Harcourt, and we are also spreading around Nigeria. I'm also a financial markets analyst, like you know, and a professional speaker and trainer. Now, and you'll be wondering, how does this guy do all of these things? I didn't start in one day doing all of this. I started from one. There's a scripture that says, if you are faithful in little, you'll be faithful in much. So God saw my faithfulness in small, in little. And he said, okay, this young man has proven he can handle more, take more. So the only time you can do more comfortably without feeling stressed is if you've been able to build managerial systems in your life as a person. So you need to build managerial systems first. So there are 3 areas of your life where you need to master management. Number 1 is time. You need to be good at time management. Number 2 is money. You need to be good at money management. And number 3 is your thought. You need to be good at thought management. What kinds of affirmations do you have? What kinds of words do you speak to yourself every morning when you wake up? How do you think? What are your thought processes? How do you structure your life in such a way that you only allow what you want to get into your subconscious mind? There are some news that trends in Nigeria that I'm not aware of. Why? Thought management. If it's very important for me to know one way, somehow, I'll just hear it in passing. But I don't look for news. I don't look for it because of thought management. It's important. For some persons, what has destroyed their mental health is Twitter. And so because of the comments they see on Twitter, instead of them to focus on building their personal brand, they'll say, Che, I don't want to start building my personal brand now, and then tomorrow somebody will come into my comment section and say something that would affect my mental health. So because they are thinking like that, they're not able to take bold steps. They're not able to go out there, shape culture, influence society, do big things, bigger things, just outside whatever it is that they're doing currently and presently. I don't look at those comments. At most, I just sit and I laugh. So I'm able to, the reason why I can do all of these things, and there are some things that I do that I didn't put here, is because of management. Where does management start from? Management starts from tracking. You cannot manage what you don't track. If you can't track your expenses, there's no way you'll be able to manage your expenses. And if you can't manage your expenses, you can't multiply your income. So every form of management starts with tracking. Every form of multiplication starts with management. So it starts with tracking, and you can't track whatever it is you're not paying attention to. So you don't start with attention, guys. It starts with attention. In your business right now, if you are not paying attention to the inflow, if you're not paying attention to the outflow, you won't be able to track it. And if you can't track your income, you can't track your expenses, you can't track how many customers you have, you can't track how many potential customers you reach out to every month, then it will be difficult for you to manage your resources in terms of customer base, in terms of income, in terms of staffs and employees. And if you can't manage it, you can't multiply it. People are wondering why they can't grow. It's because they can't manage. And if you can't track, you can't manage. And if you don't pay attention, you can't track. So it starts with the attention, then tracking, the management, the multiplication. So most times people pray, but prayer is not the seed for multiplication. Prayer is not the seed for multiplication, and we can see it. Jesus told them, gather the fragments. He paid attention. When somebody finished eating, we see that, oh, there's a fragment there. He paid attention. There's a fragment here. He paid attention. There's a fragment here. He paid attention. When it was done, he said, yeah, guys, go and bring it. The bringing, the accumulation of the fragments is the management. And the reason why... Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you, sir. We can hear you.
All right. So the reason why he was able to multiply 5,000 loaves, bread and fish to feed 5,000 is simply because of what I just told you now. He was a master of attention. He was a master of management. He was a master of tracking. So attention, tracking, and management is the seed for multiplication in your business. So that's what I want to show you today. So how can I set management systems? How can I set management systems? People pay me a lot of money to be able to teach them this. You see? And relationship is bringing this to you for free. So please don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly at all. So why should you listen to me? I'll be teaching from my experience and from a place of results. I'm not a person that likes textbook knowledge. It's too what's the word now? In as much as I read a lot too, but when I speak, I don't speak based on what I've read. I don't speak based on what I've prepared. I speak based on who I have been, what I've been prepared for, rather. What I've been prepared for all these years, and it's through experience, place of result, failing, iterating. Recently, I attended a conference. I've been in Lagos for quite maybe like 3 weeks, and I've attended like 3 or 4 events, and I still have like maybe 1 or 2 more. And I connect and meet with a lot of people. I met this lady, and she has always had this desire to set up an organization where she can help um, young graduates and corpers, find their place in the job market. And she didn't know how to start. I just had a session with her. I didn't even have a session. We just had a WhatsApp chat. And because I am good at what I do, I was able to help her with the processes. A process that took me 6 years to learn. I gave it to her in 6 minutes. She was mind blown. You see? So majority of what I know in systems and structure, majority is from doing, failing, learning, practicing, mentorship, and a lot of other things. So I'll be teaching from experience, place of result, and then I've also built quality relationship with quality people over the years and can show you how to get what you want. And then I have a track record, and I associate with people with a track record in their businesses. So many years ago, it was about 2018, a mentor who was awarded the award he was recognized as one of the top 100 most innovative CEOs in Nigeria in 2020. In 2018, he said, guys, I want to teach you how to make money from your business. Said, I want to show you guys how I make my money and all of that. And I was excited. I said, finally, so I'll become a billionaire like this, And then he set up a business masterclass. And so I took my writing materials, I was pumped. I said, today I will learn everything with this man don't know. And then when he started talking, at that first day I got disappointed because my expectation was to come and know exactly how this man makes his money, what he does. But to my shock, when he came, I started talking. I started hearing things like character. I started hearing things like competence. I started hearing things like courage. I started hearing a lot of things like core values. And I'm like, sir, this is in my mind though. I said, this thing don't be money now. Because I was not exposed to all of that. I'm like, how this thing want to give me money? A lot of people, most times, when you invite them for conferences, all those people that when you invite them for conferences, the first question they will ask you is they go share money. So that's the mindset I had because he said, let me teach you how to make money and all. So, but then I'm this kind of person that always wants to try out new things. So I said, okay, let me try this thing out that this man is talking about. And then I started practicing it in my business. At the time, I was selling coconut oil, just coconut oil. Then one coconut oil was 700 naira. Then, and then my profit was about 300 from selling one. This was as at 2018. At the time, I had no system, I had no structure, I had nothing. But then I started practicing what I was learning, from my mentor, from books, because one of the things he said that was striking was whenever you get a job or whenever you're doing a business, aside the money you make, there are three other things you get. First thing he said was knowledge. The second was experience, and then the third was network or is network. So if you're doing a business, aside the money that you are making, there are three more important things than money that you get. Number one is network, two, education, three, experience. And so in 2014, I had my first exposure in business, and it was in network marketing. At the time, I was staying with my in-law in Port Harcourt, and my in-law said, Carlos, then acceptance fee was 30,000. He said, Carlos, I have this 30,000 I want to give you. I think it was 30,000 or 40,000. He said, but now you have to make your choice. Are you going to use this money to pay your acceptance fee and start your year one registration, or are you going to use the money to start this business I've been talking about? And because of how passionate I am about business, I told him, I want to use the money to start a business. So I used my acceptance fee to start a business. Please, this is not an advice for anybody. This is just me sharing my story. And I started a network marketing business with a lot of promises. You know, in network marketing, they promise you heaven and earth. They promise you big picture, how you buy a car and all. So I bought into that without knowing. It was my first experience and exposure. And so I started. To cut the long story short, after like 3 months, I did not get my money back. It was a legit business, right? But I didn't get my money back for a couple of reasons that I may not really share. But 3 things that I got that changed my life was, number one, the people I met. Most of the people I met doing business then are still my friends today. Network. Number 2, experience. That period of my life, I was quite young, just got into the university. But then I used to talk to elderly people, take them for seminars. How was I able to convince them? Because at that point in time, my money was at stake. So I had something at stake. A lot of times, the reason why we don't do business, we don't make a business a do or die affair is because nothing is at stake. You know, you're just doing your business because maybe there's something else that brings money for you. See, you must structure your life in such a way that something has to be at stake. Something has to be at stake. And so something was at stake. So I was doing a lot. That exposure made me, you know, that network marketing exposure made me learn so much about business. I was so dogged. I learned how to be dogged. I learned the tenacity, courage, and all of that. But I didn't know how to put all of these things to use intentionally until I met my mentor, you know, which reminds us of that scripture, counsel in the heart of man is like deep waters. For most of you, there are a lot of things you can do. There are a lot of experiences you've had, but you're not able to put it together to yield progress for you. It's one of the things you also be learning here. And so in less than 12 months of learning, that's what I learned from my mentor for just a short period of time. I grew my customer base at the time. I didn't even know how many customers I had before then. But after that masterclass and a couple of things I went on to learn and a couple of other mentors I had and role models I listened to, I grew my customer base to about 300 in 12 months. 300 in 12 months, just selling coconut oil. And it was all on traditional marketing. At the time, I didn't know much about digital marketing. Traditional marketing, direct marketing, one-on-one, you know, and all of that. So what is the basics of doing business in Nigeria? I need to understand that there are different forms of capital you need to start a business aside money. Different forms of capital. Number one is relationship. Relationship is crucial. When I started earlier, I said for you to build quality relationship, value is the currency. Value, like your personal value, is the currency for building quality relationship. The same way you need blocks to build a house, is the same way you need value to build quality relationship. You can't build quality relationship without value, except you're a leech. You just want to leech on somebody. But quality relationship is built on a symbiotic nature. You bring something, I bring something to you. The reason why I'll always be valuable to my mentors is because I have a value that he will always need. Today, I gave my mentor people that I don't need to be in Port Harcourt, but whatever he wants to build, he can always call on them. These were people that, you know, I introduced to him from my community. You see, I've become so valuable that if I want to connect with anybody in the world today, there's something I can bring to the table that they need. And so the question is, what can you bring to the table into a relationship with somebody that they will look at it and say, I need this thing. And then secondly, I also want you to note that there's a common denominator of all man on earth. There's a common denominator, meaning there's something you have that I have that everybody has. And that thing is called need. We all have a need. Write it down. We all have a need, no matter who you are. Even if you are Donald Trump has a need. He has a need. Everybody, Elon Musk has a need. Every wealthy man you see has a need. And one of the basic needs that they have is that they always want to give expression to who they are becoming every day. Wealthy people, intentional people are developing themselves every day. And so there's a new expression that they want to give. In their development, they found an expression and they want to give expression to what they found. And so they need people that have skills. They need people that probably have time to execute on projects. You see? So if you have what they need and they have what you need, and then both of you come together to give each other what you both have and need, then trust me, money will never be your problem. Maybe you want to start a business, you don't have money. The question is, what do you have? Elisha asked the widow, what do you have? This lady came to Elisha wanting money because that's what she wanted. She wanted to pay the creditors that had come to collect her sons. And then she asked she said, Elisha, help me. My husband left a lot of bills, but he was your servant. She was expecting Elisha to just give her a bundle of money to go and settle the creditors. But then Elisha asked a question. The first question was, what do you want? But before she answered, he asked another question, what do you have? So the answer to the question, what do you want, is another question, what do you have? So you're on this call. You already know what you want. You want to build a brand. You want to build a business. You want to take your life to the next level. The answer to that question is another question, what do you have? What do you have? There's a value you have right now. Write it down. You may not have the money, but there are two things you have. You have time. You have time, obviously. And you have energy. For some of you, you even have skill that people that have the money need. So your ability to connect with them is important, is crucial. This is a topic on its own. It's a different, what's it called? It's a different course curriculum on its own. Devouring or breaking that relationship. Engineer, one of these is a master in a relationship. So you can have a session with you guys on that one. But number two is integrity. The second form of capital that you need to start a business aside money is integrity. Who you are in the dark has to be the same person as who you are in the light. I remember as a student, by 200 level, one day, I said to myself, before then, I was this kind of student that I'm always looking for who can give me answer in the exam hall or test, just to pass an exam. But one day I said to myself, if I continue like this is so wrong. Then I'm not a person of integrity. Imagine there's an invigilator in the hall, the exam hall, looking at you. And because he's looking at you, you are facing your work. You are paying attention. Even though you don't know what you're doing, you're just looking at your work, you're paying attention. And then the moment the invigilator leaves, he goes somewhere. You start turning your head, looking for who can give you an answer. And then when he comes back, you face your work again. That's not integrity. It means who you are in the dark is not the same as who you are in the light. You see, and without integrity, I said to myself that period, if I cannot be a person of integrity, the example, tomorrow if I become the governor or become the president, I will embezzle money. Because when the challenges were small, I didn't face it. So at different most phase of your life, there are challenges you encounter, integrity challenges. Make sure that you are strengthening your integrity muscles, right? So that's crucial. Integrity. Somebody lends you money and you said, I'm going to pay in 30 days. And then got to the 30th day, you've not gotten the money to pay the person back. Instead of you to call and communicate. In fact, before day 30, you should be communicating with the person that, I've not gotten the money yet. Oh. But some persons will switch off their phone. Some persons will not pick up the call. Some persons will start dodging. That is not integrity. And if you have that, reputation of not being a person of integrity, nobody can do business with you. Listen, there's nowhere in the world today that I cannot speak. There's nowhere in the world. See, there's no place you will put my picture in the world that somebody will say, this Carlos, no work with him. It's not possible. Because when I started my career, when I started my journey, you see that question I asked you of where you see yourself in 25 years. I asked myself this question many years ago. I knew that I will become a global figure that will be traveling around the world. In fact, one of my vision where I see myself in 25 years is that I will stand and speak. The entire world will stand at attention and listen to Carlos Nwabueze speak. And so, because I had that vision, there was no way I would become corny. There's no way I'll become corny. There's no way I'll be doing something in the dark and if I come to the light, I'm another person. No, I have to be the same person because I don't know. Like right now, the event banner for this particular conference is all over Port Harcourt. All over Port Harcourt. Imagine if I was not a person of integrity. Somebody sees it and they'll call engineer one of them and say, hey, that guy, no listen to him. Come on, That's the downside of not being a person of integrity. But if you're a person of integrity, people can speak for you anywhere. Most of the speaking, if not even most, all the speaking engagements I have these days, just being in Lagos, I had like three. I had to cancel all of them because I'm not in Port Harcourt. I get speaking engagements every week these days. They are increasing. Why? Because of referral, because I'm good at what I do. And so people can speak for me. And then one of them can speak for me in place of power, authority, and influence. Because in our relationship, in our communication,
Mr. Carlos, your mic is muted. We can't hear you.
my God, how long has my mic been muted, please?
For like 2 or 3 minutes now.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me just see what's happening on the. Okay, Grace Jumbo, good morning, sir. You're doing well. I want to be a professional speaker as you are. Can't hear you. Okay, thank you. But you guys can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
please, what was the last thing you heard me say so that I can continue my
Yes, we
train
can
of
hear
thought
you.
from there?
We're talking about integrity or something. What kind of person?
Okay. So okay, I was not talking about integrity and I started talking about knowledge about the business. I said you want to start a business or you want to grow your business and then you are not a master at that thing. It will be difficult for people to invest in it. It will be difficult. The reason why people can pay me huge sum of money for me to train them or show them what I do, because I have knowledge about what I do. And then I said that just being in Lagos for 3 weeks, I've attended 3 conferences. 2 of those conferences I paid to attend. And in the one I attended most recently, which was a business conference, one of the speakers, I bought his course on business. You see, so I'm not relying only on past knowledge. I want to know, okay, what does this person know about business? The same way you are here listening to me is the same way I listen to people every day about business. So I'm improving my knowledge. I'm improving my knowledge about what I do as a business systems and structure specialist, as a human capital development professional, as a businessman, as a leader. I'm improving my knowledge. So the question now is, in that thing you're doing, how many hours do you give to personal development every day? You're a businessman, you're a businesswoman, you're a leader, what are you, how many hours are you giving every day? Jim Rohn said one time, he said, work harder on yourself than you do on your business. Work harder on yourself than you do on your career. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That is the secret to growth. Work harder on yourself. How much time do you spend on yourself? Even if you do 9 to 5, when you come back by 5 p.m., what do you do from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. before you sleep? That is what will determine the next phase or level of your career. You're a businessman, all you are focused on is you want to buy and sell. See, the transactional part of business is less than 10% of the business. That's why you don't see the founder of the business in most businesses. Do you know the founder of Chicken Republic? You probably have seen him at a speaking event or speaking engagement. That's because where transactions happen is the least important place of business. The most important aspect of any business is this, the growth aspect, where the growth is happening, because it is ideas. You see, ideas is a product of growth. You can't get new ideas if you are not growing. The only ideas you bet are ideas that you are exposed to. So if you are not being exposed, every day I'm asking myself, which book can I go? Which this can I do? Which this can I do? Which book can I read? Which can I follow? Because I want to develop. I want people, when they listen to me, they should be inspired to go and become a better version of themselves. I lead an organization of more than 1,000 people and young people. And these days, Gen Zs have a lot of questions. So they question everything. So Gen Z is not a generation that when you say A, they will just accept A. They will ask you, why is it A? They will ask you, how is it A? They will ask you, when did it become A? You see, so you must be grounded. You're a business person, you are selling a product. Somebody's asking you a question about the product, and you're like, you are doing no. When I was selling coconut oil in 2019, before I went for service, I kid you not, I had sold coconut oil to the point that the next target I had was the VC of Uniport. That's how crazy I was. And that I admire Engineer Wonodi and how he sells his wine. Engineer Wonodi is a businessman. There's nobody Engineer Wonodi cannot meet in this Nigeria. That's because he knows so much about his wine. He will not go anywhere and not talk about wine. Because if you take him now to the president, he will sell wine to the president to drink his wine. Because he has knowledge about the business. when I'm talking about knowledge now, I'm referring to, okay, the feature of that particular product and then the benefit of that product. So if you're a businessman, don't just know the feature of your product, don't just know the quality. The benefit is also important. Your customer should be able to know, okay, why should I buy from you? Because your wine is quality does not mean to buy from you. The benefit is that when you drink it, is the way it tastes in your throat. People want to know the benefits. People want to know that, okay, when they take your wine, it will make you relax. You know, that's how, when I was selling coconut oil, it is the VC I planned in 2019, 5 years ago, that they would share as part of the December package. They will share my coconut oil 10 years ago. And guys, I was not the maker of that coconut oil. I was not the manufacturer, because you see, you need to know, talking about knowledge, you need to know your strengths and your weaknesses. SWOT analysis. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How do I approach opportunities? What are the threats? And so I realized early on that, okay, as a businessman, I'm not very good at manufacturing. That's why you won't find me directly manufacturing. What do? I'm a marketer. I love marketing. I know how to talk. I know how to sell. And so when I started, I looked at somebody that was producing something indigenous. I said, okay, let me sell this your product for you. He did not know how to sell. I knew how to sell. He knew how to manufacture. I didn't know how to manufacture. And so we partnered. For most of us here, we just have, I don't know if I'll call it ego, or some business people. They want to do the business on their own. They want to manufacture and they want to sell. No, you don't necessarily need to do that. You just need to look for a good product that you can sell. And when you're selling that product, build your own brand around that brand. You can build a brand around a brand. You should build a brand around a brand. Don't want to do everything yourself. No. Leverage relationship. That's why this is important. This and this. Because if there's no relationship and integrity, there will be no partnership. And there's no connection with that partnership. So you see now, relationship, integrity, and then at the beginning of all of this is your own value. So you really need to know who you are. And that's why early on I asked, what is your passion? What is your vision? What is your life assignment? Because if you're able to put your passion, vision, and life assignment together into a value, into knowledge, you know, okay, this is what I love doing. I can learn this in line with what I love doing. You build yourself, build your strength, build your strength. See, your passion is your strength. Your passion is your strength. Guys, I have 1,000 things in my head to pour out at the same time. But let me hurry up. Let me hurry up. Next is courage or faith. If you're going to succeed in doing business in Nigeria, you must have courage. Oh. You must have faith. There's no guarantee that your business will succeed. Please, I want you to know that there's no guarantee that when you make an investment, that investment will be for you. There's no guarantee anywhere. You see, so the only guarantee is your courage, your faith, your ability to say, I want to do this and I'm going to go ahead and do it. Courage, faith. Write it down. Courage, you need it. You need courage. Especially in Nigeria, where today government can wake up one morning and bring a policy that will scatter whatever it is you have built. You need courage to say, for anybody to be buying land now in Nigeria is faith. For anybody to be starting a business now is faith. In fact, for you to be here is faith. Is that you believe that you can learn more about business and go and invest more in your business here in Nigeria. It's faith. So you need to give yourself some accolades. You see? Next is experience. You cannot get experience without doing. Write it down. You cannot get experience without doing. So when you have an idea, just start. Just start. Start acting. You don't need to have it all figured out first. You don't need to have it all figured out yet before you start. I've attended several business pitching events, and by the grace of God, I've also been part of judges that would give grants. And if there's one thing that investors look out for, is if all of these things I just mentioned, It's all of these things I just mentioned. And see, what I'm teaching you, you're not going to get it like this anywhere in the world, though. It is unique to Carlos Wabeze. You will not get it anywhere in the world. This is my slides. Like, I did not, I did not look at another person's work to. So what I'm teaching you, you will not find it anywhere. So please pay attention, because experience, knowledge, mentorship, role modeling, a lot has come into who Carlos Wabeze is today. So your business cannot remain the same. That's one thing I know. So as a judge or as an investor, I would only give my money to somebody that has experience in what they need money for. Like I said earlier, you don't need money to start, you need money to scale. So that is why I'm spending so much time to talk about this. So I speak to average of 10 small businesses or small business owners in Nigeria, or intending business owners. And one of the things they tell me is, I need money. I want money. I don't have money. And that's why I'm trying to make you understand that it is not money that you lack. If you don't have the money yet, it's because you don't yet have a sufficient quantity of all of this. It's either you don't know the right people, or you're not a person of integrity, or you don't have enough knowledge about your business. Wealthy people are looking for people that have 3 qualities. Number 1, certainty. Certainty. Ask engineer one of you tell you. Wealthy people, they love people that are certain. What are you certain about your product? Are you certain about your business? Certainty is important. Certainty. Number 2 is
Sorry,
clarity.
can't see your screen again. I don't know if you are sharing anything.
Yes, so I'm still sharing.
Exactly that.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
My God. Oh, thank you. Please, if at any point in time you can't hear my voice or see my screen, just feel free to. So can you see my screen now?
Yes.
All right. So I said, if you don't have the money you need, and please believe what I'm saying, believe what I'm telling you, because it's the truth.
Yes, we can.
If you don't have the money you want yet, your problem is not a lack of money, it's a lack of any of these things here. I guarantee you, I assure you, from my experience, your problem is not a lack of money. It is this. Some of you, this is all you need. Some of you, this is what you need to go back and work on. This is it. I know a friend. I have a friend. He's like a brother to me. This guy knows almost everybody in Nigeria. He knows how to build quality relationship. He's a person of integrity. He has knowledge about the business he's doing. He's a person of courage. He has experience. He's clear on his core values. He's a person of purpose and vision. He's a person of passion. He's a millionaire. He's not looking for money to scale. If the money is there, even if the money is not there, he knows how to get the money. If I want to start a business now, like another line of my business or something, and I need money or anything, money is not my problem. I know how to get it. I know how to get it. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do to get it. Let's move on. We'll spend so much time here. So 3 things quickly. Maybe I should admit this person. So to start a business, you must be solution driven. So this is for anybody here that is still thinking, you may have started a business and you did not go through this process of what I'm showing you. You may be in the wrong business. You may be doing something that is not you just started doing because you saw somebody do it, or you started doing it because it is trending, or you started doing it because you just want to make money. That's your reason. Then there's a possibility that you're not fulfilled doing it. There's a possibility that you have stopped doing it. There's a possibility that you are thinking of stopping. If you started doing any business and you're listening to me, see, the reason why I know all of this is experience, is knowledge. I mentor business owners. So number one, if you start a business because you want to make money, or because you saw somebody else doing it, or because it's trending, now let me shock you. There's a possibility, high possibility, that if you're on this call, number one, you have either stopped doing that business. Number two, you are not finding fulfillment doing that business. Number three, you're thinking of stopping. But to start the right business, I did this to start the right business, because anybody can start a business. To start the right business, I should edit it. To start the right business, I should edit it. Because if it's for business, anybody can start a business. To start the right business, I even need to bold in it. Very important. To start the right business, number one, you must be solution driven. You must be solution driven. Find a problem or a need in society and be committed to solving it. That's what it means to be solution driven. Don't be problem driven, be solution driven. People that are problem driven end up in the streets protesting because all they know how to do is to find problems. So the problem is not driving them to do protest and do plenty things, They are not willing. It's a different thing if you are working on a solution and then maybe you are protesting, you need better policies, it's different. But if you take census of the number of persons protesting that don't have any solution they are building, they are 90%. They are over 90%. I can tell you that one for free. So position your mind in such a way that when you identify a problem, you are not blaming, you are not judging, you're not justifying, you're not making an excuse, but you are accepting responsibility to solve that problem. Do you hear that? That's what it means to be solution driven. That's how businesses start. Most of the business I do today, for example, Link Speed Rentals, where I rent indoor and outdoor equipment for presentations. For example, I rent out projectors, projector screen, lapel mics, tripod stands, LED lights, generator, and all of that. How did the business start? It started by just, first of all, in 20, let me just share the story. In 2019, I used to train. I was a trainer for Google. So back then, the thing with um top companies like Google and all of these guys, one of the places where they spend money in their marketing is education marketing. And so I got into education marketing in 2019, started training for Google, and then I went for service to Nasarawa State. I was still training, made money, bought a laptop, bought a projector, and at that particular point in time, COVID hit, and then we stopped training. Google said no more trainings, and all of that. And so when I was done with service, I came back to Port Harcourt with my projector. Now, this is how I started Link Speed Rentals. For some persons, they would have sold that projector. They would have sold the projector. You see, and this is how a lot of people miss businesses. If you are not sensitive, you would miss a lot of opportunities. I've made so much money from my rentals business that most times I sit there and I'm like, what if I didn't start this business? If I didn't get this idea? See, starting a business, most times you don't need to hear any audible voice from God saying, my daughter, my son, this is the business you need to do. No, just find a problem in society At that point in 2020, in fact, it was in 2021 that I started the business also, or 2020, I can't remember. I think it's 2021 year when I came back from Nassau State, and it dawned on me that people have events and they need projectors. They need projectors. So what did I do? I went to buy projectors. And added to the projector, and business started. And then right now, at this phase that, oh, there are actually more things I can rent that I don't have. And so I'm already thinking partnership. I'm already thinking partnership. So who can I partner that has this thing? That's big. You can see how I started the business. You can see how I started the business. So you can start the same thing in life business. So find a need, a problem in society, and be committed to. This is the emphasis. You have to be committed to solving it. It is one thing to find a need in a problem. If it's for finding problem, Nigerians are hundreds. You need to. Every Nigerian is a professor in finding problem. We know what is wrong with Nigeria. There's nobody on this squad that will tell me they don't know what's wrong with Nigeria. We know. Everybody knows that. You say there's problem with road, there's problem with electricity, there's problem with insecurity, there's problem with corruption, there's problem in inflation. The problem of Nigeria is plenty, but the problems are obvious, but the solutions are not. And that is where you need to become a master at committing to solve problem. And where does it start from? Remember when we started earlier, I shared the circle of influence and the circle of concern. And I made you understand that once you move your attention and focus to circle of influence, which is what you can control, everything changes. So the people that are committed to solving problems with their businesses are people that are not just focused only on the problems, but are now focusing on themselves, building themselves, finding new skills that can solve those problems, and now bringing solutions to it. Let me give you a simple example. When fuel became more expensive, that is when solar became more popular. I hope you are aware. When fuel became more expensive, that is when solar became more popular. So for every advent of a problem, a solution becomes popular. You see? So for every problem that comes, for every challenge, there's a channel for next level. And then people started going to learn solar, how to install solar. People started studying solar. People started getting into solar businesses. Why? Because they did not just say, fuel is now 1,000. People are now thinking, okay, how can I power my house without NEPA, without thinking of NEPA, without thinking of fuel? Solar. Next thing now is people are now thinking, how can I power my car? Even though it's not Tesla. At some point, people started using gas. People started using gas to power their generators when fuel became more expensive. So there are a lot of you just need to open your mind. You need to open your mind. Today we're living in a tech world. A lot of things, anyways, we'll get there. Number two, be vision driven. Be vision driven. If you want to start the right business, be vision driven. It's okay to start the wrong business and fail in it. If I start counting the number of businesses I've done and failed in, you will not even will stay here, will sleep here. I've done a lot of businesses that did not work, that failed. I lost money. For example, last year, I started a logistics business. I expanded my business, Linkspeed Logistics. But at some point, I just had to. I said no, I can't continue. I was spreading too wide instead of going deep. I was spreading too wide, and I think that is a lesson for business owners. Don't try to spread too wide. Don't try to look for too many problems in society that you can solve. Find one problem, start working on that solution, go deep into it, become the best at it. Become the best at it. That's what you should do. Don't try to spread too wide. Don't try to get into a lot of things. For example, we all know Engineer Wonode as a wine person. He's going deep into it. He's not trying to do so many things. You can find yourself doing so many things, but you realize that you cannot be efficient doing all of them. What you need to do before you start or branch out into another area of your life or business is that you need to ensure that you place systems and structure, which is like there are two things that helps you place systems and structure is automation and people. Automation. So say that you're using technology to create automation for your system without you being present to work on it, or you've employed people, and not just employed people, but you've trained them to be able to understand the processes that you used to apply before, and then now they can do it and you can focus on something else. But until that happens, don't try to branch out. So the word multiple streams of income is now sounding so sweet, sounding like a cliche in our ear. Everybody wants to do multiple things. The only reason why I can do multiple things is because I've become a master at building systems. And so I can be in Lagos and my business is running in Port Harcourt. There are some people that cannot, as I'm speaking to you, there are some places that cannot live where they are. You cannot leave Port Harcourt and travel, because if you meant to leave, no business for you again. So you need to start thinking automation, start thinking systems, start thinking structure. So second, be vision driven. Have a vision for business growth. Have a vision for business growth. Don't start a business without knowing where you want to be in 25 years. As a business person, that should be your goal number one. Let me share a story with you. In 2019, still using my coconut oil business. When we started, I knew I wasn't going to do coconut oil business forever. But that did not deter me. At that particular point in time, I created the biggest picture of what I could do with coconut oil. In fact, I visualized myself building a coconut oil plant. I visualized myself shipping it outside the country. And what that did for me was that it created a passion, because for every time you visualize, there is energy. You are drawing energy from the unseen realm. And because it is the unseen that creates the seen, every time you visualize, you are manifesting a level of passion that people around you are oblivious of. And so while people are focused on the problems of today, you are focused on the passion that has been created by visualizing tomorrow. Oh God, I just wish you guys understand what I'm saying. So why one person is feeling down about the policy that the government has changed that is affecting their business, another person that has visualized, that has gotten passion, is finding ways to navigate it, because there's a future is after. The future is after. To have vision for business growth, even though you know you won't do it for 20 years, but I'm showing you a secret now. Just imagine if you will still be doing that business in 20 years. How would you take it? How will you take it? Be vision driven. When you are vision driven, you can look into the future and know what is lacking in the future and start building for the future. Let me share a secret with you that most of the world don't know. Our world is moving slowly into an economy that will not use money, that will not use cash, as an exchange of value. Very soon, the world will go back into the barter system. Remember the barter system, trade by barter, where people trade their value for value, right? The world is gradually going back into that barter system. Why? Because it's not like cash will become extinct. It's just that cash will become so expensive that people would rather use another alternative than use cash to purchase something. And so the leverage for this era that we're gradually getting into is a self-sustaining community. So the businesses that will thrive in the coming years are self-sustaining community. The billionaires of the future are people that own self-sustaining community. I'm going to leave that there. but do whatever you can with this. Look for self-sustain, look for communities. Either you're a visionary, you're a leader, you can start a community and build a community, or you look for a visionary leader and build with a visionary leader that has a vision to build a self-sustaining community. And then belong to a large organization, a community organization, and be active there. Collaborate as a business, start collaborating with other businesses. You have a particular skill, start collaborating. Don't just go deep into your skill. Another thing you can do, instead of branching out wide, you can partner with people that are already masters of what you want to do. So instead of starting your own, go and partner with somebody that is already a master. Because you are a master at what you do already, it's easy for you to partner. But if you are not yet a master, it will be difficult for you to partner because people are only attracted to like minds. People are only attracted to people that are on the same level or trajectory with them. So what you want to do right now is stop pushing people, stop trying to connect with everybody. Just go and build yourself. Build yourself to the point that when people see your value, they cannot resist you. They cannot say no to you. You should be able to build one thing that when you do that thing, even the president will not be able to neglect you. What is that thing in your life that if your president calls you now to do, maybe a service or a product, that nobody else can deliver it in that nature? It could be the same product you are selling, but what is your unique selling proposition that you are offering such that people will rather buy from you, patronize you, than buy or patronize another person? That's the question you need to ask yourself. The way I teach business systems and structure, there's nobody in the world that can teach it like this. There's nobody. Because I've brought in my originality into it. There's nobody. You can go anywhere, compare my business systems and structures session with any other person that does business. They won't do it like this. Next time, if you're looking for somebody, you will come and call me. That's because I've put in my originality. You will not find my kind out there. So now the question is what is it? What is that thing you can do in alignment with your passion and vision? Or what's that thing your business can do in alignment with its passion and vision that when people look at you, they'll say, no, it's you I want, it's you I want. Start thinking like that, vision driven. And then finally be service oriented, be ready to serve. So once you start the right business, you must be ready to serve. Jesus said, who is it that wants to become the great? He has to be the servant of all. I attended this session. I told you guys how I paid for a business conference, and one of the speakers, his name is Tade Cash. Tade Cash was sharing how he recently organized an event, and one person, for one person to attend that event, they paid 5 million. 5 million. 5 million, and 25 persons attended that session. That's 125 million. And then he said he's organizing another one. Entry fee for one person is 30 million. 30 million. And he said 2 persons have paid already. You must be service oriented. What service are you bringing to the table that people are willing to pay anything for? You must be ready to serve. And then he said something. He said, if you don't want to have multitude of financial problems, serve multitude of people. So whatever it is you're doing right now, whatever it is you're selling, whatever product you're selling, whatever service you're rendering, start asking yourself, how can I take this thing to multitudes? If you look at the billionaires of today, they are serving the multitudes. Look at Elon Musk. Look at what's this man's name? The Amazon guy, Jeff Bezos. Look at Dangote. Even in Nigeria, we're going too far. Every home, he said his vision was that his product was going to be in every home, serving the multitude. These people, money is not their problem again. So if you don't want money to be your problem anymore, go and find a way to create systems and structures that will build products or design products that can help you serve the multitude. So you may be asking, I run a service business. How can I serve the multitude when I can only serve one person per time? Business systems and structure. So you need to start building a system, build people, if possible, build an app that can do what you would have done normally with 5-6 hours. So now you start thinking, okay, can I partner with a programmer that can be able to do this thing? You know, is there any way I can employ an AI programmer to design some? That's why these days there are people that have started doing videos online, even though I see it, there's some persons that are becoming deceptive with it, using AI negatively. But as a business person, start asking yourself, how can I use AI to serve the multitude, regardless of what I'm doing? There's an answer to it. If you ask the right questions, you will get the right answers. Write that down. If you ask the right questions, you will get the right answers. You are not getting the you and see, if until you get the right answers, you won't act right. So ask the right questions. If you ask the right questions, you will get the right answers and you act right. And when you act right, you get the right result. So the result you desire is at the other side of the kind of questions you start asking. How can you serve the multitude? Of course, you are a master at what you do, but you are probably still broke. So how can you serve the multitude what you're doing already? That's the question you need to answer. That's the question you need to answer. You need to also ask yourself, how much money do I want to make? We'll get there. So, but this is what business is about before we get into the meat of the conversation. Business is about spotting the need, demand, and supply. I've talked about it. Finding a problem in society, committed solving. That's the first. Business is about spotting a need. I said earlier that there's a common denominator of all man, and it's need. Your mentor needs something. You need something. So excuse me. So stop always asking what people can do for you and start asking what you can do for people. Change your trajectory on how you think, change your trajectory on how you act, change your trajectory on your life entirely. Just thinking like this can make more money for you. Can make more money for you. Now, creating value. Creating value. So for you to create value, you need to be a person of value. You need to be a person of value. And so that's where skill development come in, knowledge about your business, attending conferences, attending trainings like this, you are paying for courses. I love the fact that when I was asking everybody about their expectation, everybody said they are here to learn. They are here to improve their knowledge so that they can do better. And that's exactly what we are doing. You cannot create a value outside of your current value bank. You cannot withdraw an amount of money that is not in your bank account, right? That's the same way you cannot create a value that is outside the jurisdiction of the value you have garnered over the years. And so you must be a, a person that is hungry for value. Jesus said, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. So you need to hunger and taste after value for you to become a value-filled person. Guys, I can talk for 12 hours, I will not be tired because I will not be tired, I will not lack what to say because I am hungry for value every day. There's no day I don't learn something new. I'm always learning. I'm looking for somebody that can inspire me, somebody that is doing what I'm already doing at a larger scale. And so that's why you can't meet me the same way. When they were reading my profile from last year, I was looking at the profile. I'm like, hey, is this my profile? Hey, this is what I sent to them last year. I'm like, hey, that's because I'm improving. Contributing value to society. So this is about, first of all, you spot the need. Yeah. The need now is the problem, right? Now the supply is okay, the solution. So you are creating the value. This value that you have created, you are supplying it. You are contributing that value to society. That's the supply. So you're no longer a spotter of need. You are now somebody that is also focused on creating value and contributing that value to society. If you start seeing business like this, it will be different. So even if you're not necessarily, let me say this, guys. You see, business, in as much as everybody wants to be profitable, it's not everybody that will be profitable in business. You don't make profits because you start a business. It is your passion that leads to profit. Passion. If you're not a passionate person, there are days where you're a business person here, you know what I'm saying? There are days you have lost money doing business. So if somebody comes and tells you that business is about just making money, come and I'll show you how to make money in business, it's a lie. Entrepreneurship is not a very sweet ride. And so let me also encourage you. This is a secret I'll share with you. If you are here, let me share this with you. Instead of going alone in business, go together. Go together. Find a co-founder. Don't try to build your brand alone. If you want to get a co-founder, build a system where you have maybe like a COO, chief community officer, a chief operations officer. You have a CTO. You have you have a system where you're not the only one carrying the burden. You're not the only one carrying the burden. Have a board. You're not the only one carrying the burden. Don't carry. See, entrepreneurship is so. You think the fact that the name of the company is Dangote means he's the only one that's carrying the burden? No, the burden is shared. When you look at men like Tony Elumelu, look at men like Otedola, all these guys, they're a network of people. The other day, my friend attended an event, and all of these billionaires were at that event. They were snapping selfie. Why? Because they all started together. If you check the Nigerian stock market, and check their individual businesses, they invest in each other's business. They invest in each other's business. They invest in each other's business. When you check the percentage of people, that own Transcorp, Transcorp, you see that, you see Otedola, you see Elumelu, you see all of them. They know that on this entrepreneurship journey, hey, it's not a one-man show. No. There's no trophy for doing entrepreneurship alone. You must have a partner. You must have people, a team. Which brings me to number 4, building quality relationship. So the beautiful thing about business is when you start doing business, you see this aspect of quality relationship. It's a multifaceted. So when you're building a business, you want to build quality relationship with your suppliers. You want to build quality relationship with your customers. You want to build quality relationship with your staffs. It's very important. These are parts of business system and structure. See, what I'm spending my time explaining these fundamentals, because if I don't explain it, nothing I tell you about business system and structure. In fact, this is the foundation for business system and structure. Build quality relationship. I had a session with one of the businesses that are under my tutelage and accountability and mentorship. And I was telling her, see, go and give. I asked her, have you ever given a gift to your supplier before? Have you given her a gift, no matter how small it is? She said no. I said, okay. So the distributors working for you, have you given any of them a gift? She said no. He said, until you plug the leaks in your business cannot scale. You will find out that you're just moving around circle like children of Israel, spending 40 years in one spot, thinking you are making progress. At the end of the day, you just end up realizing that, so I was just emotion, but I was not making progress. For you to understand being emotional and not making progress is to look at the treadmill. Treadmill, once you come on it and you put it on, you are making this motion, you are sweating, pa, 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 pa. But you're not making progress in terms of distance. You are just at the same spot. And that's how a lot of people are in business. They do 9 to 9, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. They spend so much time on transactions, the buying and selling part. But you see the ideation part, 0. Development part, 0. Quality relationship part, 0. They are not building. That is what your business needs to scale. Building quality relationship. As a businessman, when I do business, I don't do business and then I want to ensure that my customers can move from just being my customers to becoming my friends, from my friends to become my business partners. In 2019, I did both. I was a boat driver. I've done a lot of things in this life. I've sold laptops, I've sold iPhones, I've done plenty of things. And so when I'm talking, there's experience, there's a lot. And so there are some persons that because I did both with the business mindset, there are some very close friends I have today. Some have become business partners that I met them while doing my boat business. Some people do both and see it as make I just do it to make money. And see, if you do your business just to make money, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. Write that down, guys. If you do business focused only on making money, you will leave a lot of money on the table. When you do business transactions, that is not only what produces money. it is what you do after that business transaction that would determine if you would make more money. So when okay, let me give you guys this let me give you this customer journey. It's a customer journey map. Customer journey map. So first of all, every customer starts as a potential customer. Write that down. Every customer starts as a potential customer. Potential customer. Take note. A potential customer, for example, you run a Facebook ad and then somebody sees your ad. They don't buy from you, but maybe they just put in their details so that they can be part of your email list. Or maybe you do offline, you go for an event with your products as a vendor, and people see your product and they're like, oh, I like this product. So when people like your product, they are automatically a potential customer because people only buy what they like. Okay. So what I just said now is a secret. People only buy what they like. So you want to position your brand in such a way that you can offer what people like. Don't try to force people into what they don't even want or need. So when somebody has need of your product, even if they don't buy it, they're your potential customers, you need their phone numbers. When you offer somebody your product and they say, no, I'm not buying, don't get angry. Rejection is sweet. The fact that somebody does not buy from you today means they won't buy from you. It does not deter the fact that they will buy from you tomorrow. They will buy from you eventually. It's either they don't have the money right now or they don't have need of it now. So two things, it's either timing or availability of funds. People don't they stop taking rejection personally. And so that's why you need to build mental toughness as a businessman, because rejection is something that you eat every day. Rejection is something that when you want to enter public transport, for example, the conductor knows the people he needs in his bus. It's not everybody that he holds in the hand and say, come and enter, that will enter. What if they are going somewhere else? So it's about timing and it's about money. So if they don't have the money, they won't buy from you yet. But once you have a glimpse that, hey, these people like my product, collect their number. Collect their number, guys. Collect their number. Tomorrow is going to be practical. Tomorrow we're going to be having a consultation session, and it's a session that what's it called? It's quite I charge a lot for that session, right? But I'm going to be giving you guys for free. We'll be doing it for free, and you don't want to miss tomorrow. Today is just me giving you all of just take today as training. Tomorrow, do practical. So tomorrow, I'll be asking you questions like, okay, how many potential customers do you have in your database? Right? You need to have a wide database for potential customers. People that have not bought from you, but will eventually buy from you. Potential customers, then you now have your actual customers. Write it down, actual customers. So after actual customers, so the map, first thing is potential customers, actual customers when they buy from you. Then the third is returning customers. Returning customers. So when somebody buys from you more than once, they are your returning customers. Now, let me say this in passing. It is easier for somebody to buy from you again after they've bought from you before because they've tasted the value that you offer. And because it is worth their money, worth their time, they will come back again. And that's why it's important that you are a person of integrity and a person of value so that you can spend so much time investing into your product or your service. Be good at what you do. The only reason why Garden City Career Fair will bring me back again for the second time is because I'm good at what I do. I can help you move from point A to point B, guaranteed, right? So I'm good at what I do. And so if Garden City Career Fair is a client, I will call them my returning clients because it's the second time they are patronizing me. You see, in fact, there was a time in the year that Engineer One they referred me to what's it called? Another organization for me to train them on this same thing, but a little bit different. That one was specific for people in energy, that's career people and all of that. But the point I'm trying to make is be so good at what you do so that your returning customers it is easier for them to buy from you again. Okay, so potential customers 1, actual customers 2, returning customers 3. Number 4, are you ready for number 4? Are you ready for number 4? Number 4 is loyal customers. Loyal customers. So your loyal customers are the ones that you want to create a system of affiliates. So this is where affiliate marketing comes in. So you can start giving your customers an offer, your loyal customers, tell them, okay, I want to sell more of my products. Anybody you refer to me from your contact, you get a certain percentage. A lot of you do businesses and then you sell beautiful products that your returning customers have people in their network that should be buying from you that are not yet buying from you because you've not opened up this affiliate system to them. Imagine you sell a product for maybe 10,000 and then your profit in that 10,000 is 3,000. Can't you tell your customers, returning customers, so if you bring anybody to buy from me, I'll give you 20%. That 20% might look small, but if you tell them I'm going to send it to you as airtime, oftentimes it takes people, most times I'm tired always going back to my bank to recharge my line, especially these days that, airtime, data finish very fast. Imagine if you create a system where you can give your customers, your returning customers, your loyal customers, free data every month, every week, aside what they buy from you because of the value they bring. You see, so you can see now that it's mutual value. You can see now that you are strengthening your database. So, before somebody buys from you, they need to know, like, and trust you. So it is easier, very easy for your customers' contact to buy from you without knowing, liking, or trusting you because they already know, like, and trust your loyal customer. So leverage on your loyal customer, right? So let me recap. This customer journey. Number 1, potential customers, those ones that like what you sell, like what you do, or not necessarily patronize you. Number 2, actual customers, people that give you money for your services or product. Number 3, returning customers, people that like your product and come back after the first experience. Loyal customers, these are repeating customers, people that have bought from you more than twice, 3 times, And then number 5, a loyal customer eventually graduates to becoming a partner. So stop doing business because you want to make money. Start doing business from a perspective of building quality relationship. Start getting partners. There's how somebody will like your product. They will be like, can I partner with you? There are people like that. Most of us were sitting on a lot of money. Let me see. Okay. Okay. All right. Adeni. So next is making money. This is the one that is popular, everybody know. But so I don't need to really talk much on this, but it's very important. Making money is the lifeblood of a business. Next is making a meaningful impact. When scripture says a good name is better than silver, a good name is better than gold, it was not referring to the name your parents gave you. It refers to the effect of your impact, which has to do with establishing a legacy. So making a meaningful impact is starting your business as ministry. That's the word. Starting your business as ministry. Stop seeing it as something that okay, you want to make money from. You make money eventually. See it as a ministry. Let people come back to you, no matter what you sell, no matter the services you render. Let people send you messages like, getting to know your brand made my life easy. That's impact. Getting to know your brand makes me more happier. That's impact. Getting to know your brand or getting to experience your product has given me a joy that I've not experienced in a while. That's impact. Start designing. So there's this lady in Port Harcourt. My God, fruit and nuts. She sells the best parfait in Port Harcourt. If you taste her parfait, this lady would rather increase price than reduce quality. That's exactly what you need to do as a business. Stop reducing quality. Even if things are, see, the people that will buy from you will buy from you. See, but if you go and mistakenly reduce quality, and then people experience you, even though you're a person of integrity, you've never compromised on quality before. Listen, even if it's one person that I'm speaking to on this call, I will still speak the same way I'll speak. I will speak so passionately because I wouldn't compromise on quality. I wouldn't compromise at all. This lady would rather increase her price than reduce quality. She would never compromise on quality. And because of that, her customer base is increasing. Recently, she reached out to me and said she wants me to help her, build systems and structures. Recently, I've been getting more calls on that. So it's important. Let people come to you. A business owner came and she was like, Mr. Carlos, thank you. My business is now global because of you. That is impact. That is impact. Most times when people call me motivational speaker, I quickly tell them I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't motivate people. I show people how to move from point A to point B. That's not motivation. Motivation will tell you you can do all things. Oh yeah, how? Motivation will not tell you how. It will only tell you that you can do it. That's not what we're doing here. It's practical. So you should be able to iterate and qualify what you do. Let it be so clear. Let it be so certain. When you're speaking, speak with so much courage. And so people can know that, yes, this person is who they say they are. And so marketing makes your brand to get in the face of a lot of people, but it is your product that gives people the experience. Marketing does not give people the experience of your business. It is your product. And so ensure that whatever it is you are marketing is what it is that you are marketing. You know that popular thing of what I got versus what I ordered. Let that not be your business. Some people, it is this thing that I just said now. This what I got versus what I ordered. If it's not the same, it's why their business is going down. It's why their business is going down. So I moved into a new area in Port Harcourt, and one day I love fries. I love fries. So one day I go to buy fries somewhere, and I see this lady frying new hot yam, fresh yam, hot and all. And I was happy that because I love my yam hot. And I was happy that, I can't wait. I was really hungry. So I was already visualizing the experience, how I'm going to take a bite of the yam with the hot sauce, enjoy my dinner, and take my juice and just have a nice time and even tell my girlfriend how I enjoyed my dinner. Guys, only for me to get home and I started touching the nylon and I realized that this nylon is not as hot as what I saw coming out of the fire. So when I go home and open the nylon, I realized that this lady mixed old fries with new fries. So she gave me 80% of old fries and 20% of new fries. She put it in the same rubber. So like the same bucket. So I did not notice it. All those transparent buckets. I didn't notice it. But guys, I felt like I was deceived. I felt like I've been betrayed. I told myself I'll never buy fries from that lady again. And I later realized that I was not the only one that had that complaint. Several people around, even in that compound. And I was just imagine the number of persons that this lady had done this thing to. And so her customers have reduced drastically. And I'm sure it is women like that that go for prayer meetings. They go to solution. They move from one solution center to another solution center, and they are praying. They are telling their prophets. Prophet is taking their money to pray for them that their customers are not coming. Meanwhile, they are not people of integrity. Meanwhile, what they are marketing is different from what they are giving. That's one of the reasons why businesses, no matter how they market, will never grow. It will never grow. It will never grow. You see, it's important that you build on people's trust. Don't deduct from it. Trust is like an account. For every time you show people that you're a person of integrity, you are depositing into your trust account. For every time people don't perceive you as who you are, whenever people see your Instagram, see your social media, see that online you're a person of impact, you're a person of integrity, but offline you are the opposite of what you portray yourself to be online, you are reducing your trust account. You are reducing your trust account, you're reducing your integrity. That's why before I even started showing up online, I made sure that I have the kind of value that when people reach out to me, they will even get more than what I have portrayed myself to be online. But these days, Gen Zs, you just want to portray that, oh, I'm an expert in this, I'm an expert in that. I don't like to call myself an expert. I'll prefer to call myself a specialist. You know, why? Not because I'm not an expert at what I do, but I'm not a fan of all those big grammars and big words and all. I just feel like these things are not necessary. Maybe I just do it because okay, it's how you need to portray yourself. But if there was an alternative of saying, okay, I just want to, you know, humans, we like to always move with what we see, right? Portray, and it's good. And so you hear a lot of people talk about branding. See, listen, invest as a way to elaborate on business systems and structures. Spend more, invest more money in your product than you invest in branding. Invest more money in product than you invest in branding. It's a secret that would take your business to another level. Invest more money in your product than you invest in branding, than you invest in marketing. Because listen, the greatest marketing strategy that any business can have is their product, not Facebook ads, not affiliate marketing, not branding, is their product. Because when people buy from you, it is the experience they get from your product that will determine if they will come back again. If they don't get what you portrayed to be, they will never come back. They will never come back. And as a business system and structure specialist, I can't help you because now the trust level has dropped. The only thing you can do is start regaining that trust again. And gaining trust most times is more expensive than building trust. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. Regaining trust is more expensive than building trust. So invest in building trust rather than trying to regain the trust of people that you have disappointed. So build trust now, build it now. Oftentimes people say they want to become big, they want to scale, but they don't even have any structure in the first place to scale. And if I venture the scale, I posted something yesterday on my social media. I said exploit without understanding is like eclipse of the sun. The eclipse of the sun happens once in several years. That's how it is. But they that do know their God shall be strong and do exploit. So exploit is a product of becoming, and becoming is a product of knowledge. So you need to know first to become and then do. Don't just try to do. Don't try to iterate systems when it is not who you are. Making meaningful impact and then establishing a legacy. A good name is better than silver. A good name referring to your business. So what legacy do you want to leave? What legacy do you want? What do you want people to know you for? What do you want people to know you for? It's very important. It's crucial. It's tantamount. It's paramount. Okay. So business mindset, the life of your business. Life of your business. I'm not going to spend so much time here. 12:14. Okay. Maybe by 12:30. I'll round up so that we can ask questions. Tomorrow we'll continue. We've been here since 9 o'clock. I'm sure most of you are already tired. My legs are already my laps. But I'm having a nice time, by the way. I think we might need to go on a break. What do you guys think?
Miss, I'm having a nice time. Maybe we can take a little break.
All right. I think we've been talking for what's it called? For more than 3 hours or so. Mr. Nicholas, I think we should go on a break. What do you think? Just to stretch. Is Mr. Nicholas here? Confidence. That name looks familiar. Hello, Confidence. You've been You've been at my session before, right? Confidence, Adele. Is it Adele or Adele? Adele. Hello, Confidence. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you. We can hear you very loud and clear.
2:30.
What do you think?
Are we going to continue the meeting till 2:30?
No, we will not. Just maybe round up maximum 1 o'clock. Because I have other things I need to catch up with. Tomorrow we'll continue.
Then if you're
I,
1 o'clock, then I don't think there's need for break because we barely have time.
all right, so we should just continue.
I think so.
Okay. Master Fob said we shouldn't go on a break. Okay. So let's continue. Let us continue. Okay, so let's talk about business mindsets. Business mindsets. So this is another aspect of your business. So you need to see your business as a separate entity from you. You need to see your business as a separate entity from you. Very important. You are not your business. Your business is a project. So your business should have a mind of its own. Your business has a mind of its own. So whenever you want to, like I said earlier, the reason why you build systems, the reason why you want to put structure is so that primarily your business can operate in your absence. Sorry guys, coming. All right. You see, so the first thing you want to consider is business mindset, and your business mindset is the life of your business, So here I said your mindset comprises of your belief system and the concepts that you react, respond to, and act towards. So the same way you have a business, the same way you have a mindset, is the same way your business ought to have a mindset. So what separates your mindset from your business mindset is that more than 50% of the people in your company can think like you. So it's about the culture. It's about the culture of your brand. What are the values of your brand? You see, so as a business owner, you should be able to pass down your mindset, your vision. Like I was sharing earlier, I was sharing how my friend that is doing well in real estate, was telling me how her people don't drive the way she drives in terms of execution, in terms of taking initiative for the brand. And it's simple because they don't see what she says. The moment they start seeing what she's saying, then they'll start doing what she's doing. And the only way they can see what she's saying is if she's able to communicate that vision with them. You see, and communication is it's not just by talking. It involves training, involves modeling, it involves quite a number of things. It involves having compliance systems in place. Compliance systems such that people don't act because you told them to act. People are acting because the system has already told them that if you don't act, this is the consequence. If you act, this is the reward. That's why a lot of companies that do well have a lot of incentives, and then they are also strict with their system. So that's business mindset, the mindset of responsibility. So responsibility has to do with responsibility. When things happen, how do you act? Do you react or do you respond? So reaction is that you are acting based on what has happened. Response is that you are acting based on predetermined decisions. You see, so for example, there's a change in policy. in the nation. A business that reacts to it is a business that shuts down and says, oh, we can't continue. A business that responds is a business that has said, okay, when this happens, we are going to maybe look for a partner that can supply this so that this is our strength, and then we can leverage on this our weakness with the strength of this partner. So there's always a way. There's always a way. If you think you can, if you think you can do it, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. It's just a mind thing. I can always like to use this analogy. There's nowhere in scriptures where God told Moses, for example, to do something, and Moses would tell him, Sir, we'll try. I will try. So that's one thing you want to also stop doing as a business owner. Stop using the word try. You want to communicate faith to your people. You want to have that culture, that mindset of responsibility. If it's going to work, it is because I want it to work. That's the mindset. God already wants it to work. He already wants it to work. So stop. Most times we always like to push, you bring religion into all of these things and say, hey, whatever will be, will be. No, that's a wrong mindset. That's not a mindset of responsibility. Having the whatever will be mindset is you saying, if it doesn't work, maybe God doesn't want it to work. No. There are certain things that are guaranteed, is that God wants you to succeed. You see, how he wants you to succeed is now up to you being able to hear him and communicate and say, okay, this is what you want me to do, right? All right, let's go. So it's now, I now have my own part to play. I have my role to play. Mindset of responsibility. Next is mindset of value. You should have a value system for your brand. Have a value system. Have a value system. So for me, I have 10 core values as a person. You see, and then there are certain things that I can't do in my business because of my personal value. So number one is love. Number two is focus. Number three is discipline. Number four is continuous learning. Number five is courage to act. Number six is hard work. Seven, consistency. Eight, order. Nine, excellence. 10, patience. So it has been embedded into my subconscious mind such that at every point in time, I know how to make decisions. I don't make my decisions based on my emotions. I make my decisions based on my value system. I make my decision based on my value system because I know my value system aligns with natural laws and principles that govern success. So if you're not succeeding the way you want to succeed, it's not because you are not you don't have the right mindset. Most time I have the right mindset, but without the right value system that aligns with natural laws and principles that govern success, you won't succeed. So mindset of value. So for example, I'm a person of integrity, right? So it means I always want to be true to myself. I always want to be transparent. You see, I always want to say the truth. I always want to. I'm also a person of of process. So one of my philosophies of life is process over result. So when I see a result, I always want to ask, so what's the process that better this result? There are certain businesses I won't do because of myself, kind of value system I have. So you too, as a business person, this narrows down the kind of opportunities that you would accept and the kind of opportunities that you won't accept. And then number three is mindset of competence and excellence. I've shared extensively on this. You have to be good at what you do. Like I can't really emphasize more on this. You just have to be good at what you do. The only reason why David was recommended to the palace was simple. He was competent at playing. He was so competent at playing that the servant even started listing different portfolio that the king did not even ask for. So that's not about competence. That's not about excellence. Every event I go to speak at, I get more invites from that event. Last year, was it last year? It was last year I connected with Engineer One of the at I was invited to speak at Jesus House, speak on business. And it was from a friend, that had, we attended university together. We had worked with Google together. So she knew me. I'm a very transparent person, and I'm also good at what I do. So she recommended me to the church. And when I went to speak at the church, after speaking, Engineer One reached out, and he was organizing an event last year, and then that was last year was the first time I was speaking at Garden City Career Fair. You see, and then I'm back again now. And this year, I've spoken at 2 events that I've come back, as a returning speaker. So when you are competent, when you are excellent, when you are who you say you are, then your business will thrive. So mindset, life of your business. The lady that sells parfait, she cannot go out of business. Why? Because she's competent and excellent. People would go out of their way. And you see, there's a scripture that says, men will come to your light, kings to the brightness of the rising. The brightness of the rising is a product of competence and excellence. It's a product of competence and excellence. Next is business structure. And let's talk about the skeleton of your business. See, I like to see a business as a human. You see, so first of all, talked about the mindset, which is like the life. There's a mindset that gives life to the business. But now, every human body scalar structure. Without the scalar structure, the flesh will not be able to stand. So just fall like pack of cards. So the structure of your structure of your business is the determining factor for the growth and longevity of your business. So what exactly does the what exactly does business structure entail in a generalized and summarized fashion? Number one, your vision and mission for the business. Tomorrow, I'm going to be showing you practically how you can develop a vision statement and a mission statement for your business. When you walk into any bank, one of the first things you see in the bank is the mission statement of the bank. You also see the vision statement. You also see compliance. You see all of these things written boldly on the wall. What are they doing? Their vision statement is communicating the vision. Their mission statement is communicating the mission. As a business owner, you want to be clear on your vision and mission statement, and you also want to communicate it because you cannot communicate without clarity. So you as a business owner, you need to even know the vision in and out first. Where do you see yourself in 25 years? Once you know where you see yourself in 25 years, you come back to today and write a statement that expresses where you see yourself in 25 years. And then let it be so clear to you that you can communicate it in words, either through writing or through speaking, so that when people hear you, when people, read your writing, they can create mental pictures of what you have written. If they can create mental pictures of what you have written, then it means that they can now see the vision that you see. This is how you can communicate vision through vision statements. Has to be clear. Has to be clear. I hope I'm making sense. Next is mission. So mission simply means, so this vision now of 25 years where I want to be, how am I going to achieve it? What do I need to do every day? So mission statement talks about what you need to do to achieve who you are desiring to become. That's the difference between vision statement and mission statement. And you need it for your business. You have a vision and a vision statement. You have a mission and a mission statement. It's important. You cannot scale without it. You cannot grow without it. So having it is one thing. Understanding it yourself is another thing. Ensuring it's clear for you is the third thing. And then communicating it is fourth. Fifth is that your people have to now start seeing pictures too. Every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, as much as possible. As much as possible. Let it become a routine. Next, what makes up business structure is your purpose and motive for starting the business. So it has to be clear too. Aside where you see your business in 25 years, next is purpose. Purpose has to do with assignment. What's the assignment of this business? What exactly is the assignment? And remember, I've already shared this. I've shared 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've already given you 7 purposes of business. I've made your job easy. So you can deeply think about these 7 purposes and tell yourself, okay, these are the reasons why I'm starting this business, or these are the reasons why I started the business. And then you focus on it. You focus on it. Let it not just be about money. You want to make a meaningful impact. Maybe you're a person, it could be anything. It could even be because you want to prove a point. Maybe somebody has told you can never do well in business. If that is what will drive you, it is fine. But see, the most important thing is that you are driven by your purpose, like your motive. The intention is something that is coming from you. It is not another person's intention. It is not another person's intention. Very important, guys. Very important. Next is your values and virtues guiding your business decisions. So, what are those values that will guide your business decisions? Remember, I said you're not doing business or you're not making decisions based on your emotion. You're making decisions based on what? Your values. So, be clear on your values. Be clear on your values. What are your values as a brand? What do you stand for? For example, excellence. For example, discipline. You see, so excellence has to do with highest quality. Discipline, on the other hand, has to do with doing what you do when you need to do it, whether you feel like it or not. You see, very important. Um, the next aspect of business structure that we'll talk about is your business routine. Your business routine. You need to have a routine for your business. So you have employees. What are they meant to do every day? You yourself as the business owner, what do you need to do? What do you need to do? What is the culture? Weekly, daily, monthly, and all of this. You just need to be clear on it. You can see the breakdown starts from vision, mission. You are clear on the purpose and motive. You are clear on the values, how you're making decisions. Now, your routine, your to-do list, what you need to do every day as a business. Now, guys, do you see the fifth aspect of business structuring, business image, where we'll now talk about branding, marketing, and products. So you see that oftentimes, I don't know, most of you would have made that error. You want to start a business, and the first thing you think about is going to do a flyer or going to do a logo. You can see where logo is even falling down. Business image is the last thing. These are the more important things that has to be in place even before you ever do your first um, logo or first flyer. Very important. So marketing is part of business structuring that you should take serious. Now, next is business goals. So these are like 8 powerful steps to set goals for your business. Most times I ask business owners, what is your goal for the year? And then they're like, They don't give me any specific answers because they think that goals don't work. Goals do work. Goals do work. It helps. It's like a rudder. It gives direction for where the business is going. You don't want to have scattered energy. See, the reason why a lot of people start new businesses or new ventures or quickly jump out to different things is because they don't have goals for a particular thing. Once you have a goal and you're working on that goal, you realize that you don't even have time to do other things. You don't even have time. You hardly scratch time to diversify. See, except you have now built systems and structures with what I'm teaching you. I know that okay, this can now run on its own as a system without my involvement, so I can focus on something else. You see, so that's why goals are important. Goals are important. Goals help you go deep. Goals help you go deep and prevent you from spreading too wide. You see, so number one, determine how much revenue you want to make each month and also get the figure in a year. I was having a session with a business owner yesterday and asked her, how much do you want to make yearly as a business? And she said, I don't know. So you can see where her problem is coming from. These are the little things causing problem in your business that you don't even know. How much you want to make monthly? I don't know. Tomorrow we'll have a practical session and I'll be hearing from every one of you individually. For now, it's just me talking. So number two, determine the price of your average product or service. Business goals a critical part of systems and structure. Determine the price of your average product or service. Of course, this one is that there are some persons that have issues with pricing, right? That is not it's outside the scope of this conversation. That one is the some for the premium service and all of that. Next is find out how many of those products you need to sell or services you need to render to make that amount of money each month. Tomorrow, we're going to practicalize all of this. But for now, I just want to read it out, explain. Then when we're done, you guys ask me questions, any question at all in this world, ask me. And then we'll round up. And then, of course, I'm going to get your feedback. No, okay, how was the session for you? Did you get value and all? So the next is, the fourth is decide how many customers you need to sell those products to sell, to make that money. Next, decide how many potential customers you would like to reach monthly. You need to have all of these things down. You need to have like a business book or maybe like an Excel sheet or a Google Doc where you write down every single thing. Write the vision, make it plain. Make it plain. So there are two types of goal, two categories of goal. They are the long range and then the short range. So anything above 1 year, more than 2 years is long range. Short range, you have 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 6 months, 1 year. You see. Now, next is decide how many potential customers you like to reach monthly. I talked about potential customers early on. The more potential customers you reach, the more sales you make. So you want to get your product in the eyes of many persons as possible. That's why big brands, they spend so much on marketing, on advertisement, because the more eyes that can see what they sell, the more customers you make. So next, decide the frequency of follow-up you need to give to your potential customers. So when somebody tells you, oh, I like this your product, oh, but I don't have the money to buy it, don't start sending them broadcast messages every day. They will never buy from you. They will see it as a leech. What do you need to do instead? Have a structure. Okay, once a week or once a month, I'm going to, when people reach out to me to do business, I don't force myself on them. Like, even if they ask me, okay, can you send me like a proposal? Can you send me a catalog of your pricing? I send it to them. I see that they've read it, right? But I don't quickly reach out to start calling. I just allow them. And then after a while, and I'm not like, maybe I now, you need to also have a structure. As a business owner, you're not the one that should be following up on your customers. You see, especially if you're putting business system and structure, there should be your manager or your EA, your executive assistant. There should be somebody that should be reaching out to your customers. Stop having direct interface with your customers all the time. See finish will enter, and once see finish enter, your value will drop. Once your value drops, the the value that they have for your business also drop. Let them know. You can maybe call them to check up on them once in a while. Just get to know, the aspect of building quality relationship. But when it comes to the transaction, reduce your interface with customers. Even if you're the one that will do the job, get a manager. There should be somebody interfacing. You see transaction. Anyways, next, decide the frequency with which you want to check up on your customers. So your customers now are, remember, you have the potential customers, you have the actual customers, you have the returning customers, you have loyal customers, and then you have partners. These are your partner one day in business could be somebody that was once a potential customer. So that's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. You see. The beautiful thing is the thing about what I do quite a number of things, right? I've mentioned. So early this year we organized a conference, and a lot of persons that I even gave towards that conference, people that we do business together. You see, the plan was not okay. I'll do business with this person, and then from there they will become partners. No, it's just natural. It's just something that happens. You don't need to force yourself on people. Right. Next is decide the frequency with which you want to check up on your customers. Okay, I've talked about it. Then decide your marketing budget and the platform's strategy you would engage for your adverts. So what platform do you want to use to run your adverts? Do you want to use Facebook? Do you want to use Instagram? You want to use Twitter? You want to use LinkedIn? You want to use WhatsApp? You want to use Telegram? Whatever. Just want to decide marketing budget. How much do you want to spend? then the platform. So um so if you're here and then you're an aspiring business owner, so business idea that you can start immediately after this conference will lead to money and skills. So there's digital affiliate marketing, there's food vending, there's analog affiliate marketing. This is the fastest way to make money actually. You don't need to have a product, you just need to. So you see, everybody here needs to learn marketing. Every great CEO today started as a marketer. Most of them started as entry-level marketing agents or distributors for either a network marketing company or whatever. They just into sales. So just sell. Every great leader is a salesman. So they sell their vision to people to buy. So affiliate marketing, somebody has a product, you have the skill of selling, and then you connect a buyer to a seller as a broker, which is like the middleman, and they are making money. Next is rental services. There are some persons that will maybe they just want to organize an event for one day and they need a projector. Once projector is now very expensive, maybe like 200K, yeah, more or more safe. So, but you can just buy it once. Then, because they just want it once, they will not need to buy. So that's where rental services come in. Car rentals, electrical rentals, and gadget rentals and all. Some of you, there are some things you have in your house now, like you have some equipment in your house, valuable equipment that somebody out there is looking to rent. But because you've not thought about it this way, you feel like you don't have anything that can make you money, but you have money just sitting down in your house, not doing anything. So just open your mind to possibilities. Transportation, people will always move from one place to the other. See, not everybody can do this because you need a car to do this. Even me, you just need to know how to drive. I remember then I was driving. So, but the most important thing is that you don't want to be idle. You don't want to just be there, not doing anything. It's important that you have something doing. Just renewing my license then, and then I had to speak to some friends. And somebody gave me his car. I was working. I was bringing money at the end of the week, and all of that. Sometimes at the end of the day. So if you know how to drive, then you could get into transportation, pastry making. I've observed that people that get into pastry making, most times they just first of all get into it you know, for themselves, just to do for family. But eventually, you realize that, oh, I can actually make money from this. If you're that kind of person, pastry making is good. Secondly, is that it appeals to the wants of people. People always look for something that they want. They just want it. Some persons like me now, I like pastries a lot. Maybe like meat pie, egg roll, all of those things. Sometimes I can even prefer it to eating food. So there are a lot of people like that, and our taste bud likes something sweet. So the pastry industry would always do well. I'm also in the pastries industry, a co-founder of L'Oreal's Bakery. Makeup services, women and makeup, cleaning services, these are just ideas. For me, anytime I'm moving to a new location, I don't know how to, I'm lazy in that aspect. I can't do it. I just need to get somebody that can do it. There are some people that love cleaning. I don't like cleaning, even though I'm clean. I just find a way to get it done. So something you could do. Two businesses can start if you have the capital. Somebody that does. So building blocks production. So development will always continue, right? Africa, Nigeria is maybe like an underdeveloped country and continent. So there are lots of opportunities for development. So think towards this building blocks. May not be block from per se. So think of woods, think of anything that people need to develop an area, you know, anything building blocks. If you're in tech, look for that thing that people will need, you know. For example, now if they want to build a website, so some of the building blocks that they need is somebody has to provide a domain, the hosting, all of that. Anything in development, people will always come back to keep getting. Excuse me. Next is solar energy installation and equipment sales. Yeah. So this is already happening, Seth. Yeah, it's already happening. Um, for those persons that are into tech and then you want to maybe learn one high income skill or the other, there are lots of lots of stuff that you can do here. Like our guy does animation, you see some video graphics. So there are lot of things that you could learn. It's product management. The other day I was with a friend, he's into product marketing, just a lot of things. This is not the focus for this particular conversation though. So but these are platforms where you can also learn and acquire this skill. Just keep building yourself. When you're not doing business, when you're not doing your 9 to 5, and just come here. Most of the time, I think this edX is free. LinkedIn Learning is free. Um, Skillshare, you just get to pay once in a year, and then you have the courses. And the Hotspot Academy is free. So I don't think you guys need this because of time. Um, Let me quickly. So I think maybe tomorrow we're going to continue from here. Let's just stop for now. So tomorrow, this will be for business owners, business growth strategies and hacks for brand owners. We'll continue from here tomorrow. And then I'm going to also have a consultation session with you people where you get to tell me about your business, the challenges you're experiencing, and then we'll provide solutions together. Okay. So um at this point it is let's have questions. Let me know your let me get your feedback from the session, and then we have questions. It's more like a Q&A session, and then tomorrow we continue from where we stop. Is our moderator back? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So while we are waiting for Mr. Nicholas, is it Esther speaking? Elizabeth.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's start from you. Let me get your striking thoughts or striking points. And I said a lot. What is that one thing that stood out for you? That you're going back to work on, and then how do you feel about the session? Yes, just that. And then if you have any question too, you can ask.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say a very big thank you to you. Like, you did an excellent job. Your method of communication and explanation is top notch. You know how to really get into people, to make people go back to really look within and ask probing questions. That I know that if we can sit to ask those probing questions, definitely answers will come. Yeah, so that's one thing I've really got. Like, I really need to go back and sit. Then like I said earlier on, like, I'm in my point A trying to go to my point B. And I remember one day I was sitting and I was asking myself, what are the values you hold dear in life? And what are the basics of those values? And I got to realize that I couldn't answer those questions for myself. So I was like, okay, so if you can't answer the values, you can't answer the question of the values you hold so dear, that means you cannot really say they are values to you. So now I was trying to ask myself that question where I was like, so what are the values you want to build on? What are the values you want to carry along as you want to build yourself along the way? And for this session, it's been eye-opening. There are some things we really need to look within. For every business you need to start, you have to always start from the point of value, because I don't think you can build a successful business without having strong core values that you really hold on to, that will propagate, that will push you through the business. That every point you want to give up, you know that no, no matter how tired, no matter how depressed, no matter what is happening at every point of the business, you always look back and say, "This is what I stand for, and I'm going to fight to make sure this is what people will know me for."
Mhm. Mhm. Awesome,
Yes,
awesome,
sir.
fantastic, fantastic. Thank you so much for that awesome review. So tomorrow we're going to have a practical session. So just put down all your thoughts, put down all your questions, and then if there's any way I could also help to um, answer most of your questions, we'll do that tomorrow. Um, However, do you have any question from today's conversation, or everything
Mm,
was
let
spot
me
on?
go back and let me go back. First of all, I want to ask this: can we have access to the recordings of this class? Because you always use the Bible. You say the Bible says faith comes by hearing, and
Mhm.
hearing by the word of God. So I think this class for everybody is something we can't just hear it and get the whole meat of the class. I think it's something we need to keep hearing, so that, because I know definitely there are some things you've said and by passing we didn't get it. So it's in the rehearing that we'll definitely get to hear them. That's it. So for now, I think I need to go back and really do a thinking process. Like, let me think through and just get my questions right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I hope our organizers are able to share with us, because I also need the recording to listen to it again. Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Um, we will definitely connect. I will drop my phone number, so you guys can also send me a message on WhatsApp. Let me even be doing that now. Um, where is this chat box? Where is the chat box?